Fam, Tuesday night. Ooh. Tuesday night SmackDown. Because we missed Monday night, but we cannot miss this get together of the week. It just ruins the balance. You got to have the SmackDown. Although, as you and I both know, what do we do normally on the Monday night SmackDown after a football game? We only get a few of these each season. Last season was an abundance. Last 5 weeks, well, the 2017. What a wonderful year. But 2018 had its moments on Monday night. Didn't it? Didn't it? All right. So here we are at SmackDown, and after a win. We can look at some of the other things that are on the table, though. You can complain. By the way, you got some complaint? Bring it. I'm just saying, there's not a lot of fuel for that fire as per usual. See, but as the subject matter tonight is about those oldies but goodies, we might be saying goodbye to you. 49ers have some decisions to make. Because we got teams parting ways with older players signed to sizable contracts. It's nothing unusual. It's just a fact of life. It's the Garçon is a question. He's 32. Mitchell is 31. Smith is 29. Mitchell has got to be the best of all three of them. When you think about the time Mitchell's put in, he hasn't missed any games. He's been with us for the entire time, working through his, you look at Garçon, missed a half season the first year. He's missed most of the season this year. So these are things you gotta look up at closely, right? They got multi-year deals, signed with the Niners from 2017. You're talking 5 years, $26.5 million for Smith, which was way overdone in the first place, even if he was healthy. None of these guys are on the last legs of their careers, but as Kyle Shanahan alluded to at his press conference the other day, Shanahan got a little testy when the media was asking him questions, didn't he? He says those guys understand the business and they understand how it works. He says that's stuff that you don't ignore. That's why you guys are asking the questions. Do you remember that line? He says, that's why you guys are asking these questions. It's obvious. He says, I talked about it with those guys. Those guys aren't done. And both Garçon and Smith, of course, have been out of it with injuries since signing with the 49ers, which is something that could come into consideration whenever decisions are made to let them go. Listen, it's, if you're going to get paid that kind of money, we need something for it, right, from those guys. If they'd have been on the field the whole time and contributing, I would be the last guy to say get rid of him. I'd say bring that dude back. We need his veteran leadership. We need what he brings to the table. He is the yeast in that bread. He keeps it rising. He is what? But we can't say that, man. Garçon has been replaced, and quite nicely, on a very sly. But Garçon's a tough guy, and he comes in he's a different kind of football player. But Dante Pettis is setting records, and he hasn't been out there. He's been another guy that's been out, but he's been out, and he's still got 5 TDs. You can't let that sit down. And let's face it, when he and Jimmy G develop chemistry, that could be legendary, all right? And you also look at Elijah Lee. First, when I saw Elijah Lee, I thought, this guy's quick. A few weeks back, this guy's quick. In this modern day league, you need quick as a linebacker. He ain't that heavy, but he knows how to tackle. I've only seen him get ran through a couple of times. I've seen Ruben get ran over a couple of times too, though. So big and bad don't make you the best, apparently. So and you look at DJ Jones came in this past week, and he was one of the top tacklers. DJ was up there with 4. So I'm just wondering, what are the 49ers going to do here? They're going to be modest about it and act like, no, we're not making. They're not going to show their hand, because if there's any trades to be made, and I'm sure they're going to try to move some of these guys. They're probably going to move. Garçon's got to have some kind of equity in him. You could probably trade him, but would you do that to him, right? These are guys that have come in, and Garçon gave us a half a season of just really good football. He was headed for a 1,000-yard season. So out of respect to him, do you just let him go? Do you let Earl Mitchell just go? We got to appreciate these guys for signing on with the 49ers. Last year, it wasn't probably a good idea. I mean, they came in and they lost for us, right? And Malcolm Smith just kept collecting a payday. He didn't do a damn thing. So I tell you, Elijah Lee, DJ Jones, Sheldon Day, these guys can handle the center position good. And Pettis, Richie James, I'm a little upset with him right now, but I think he's going to be okay. There's room to bring on some other guys too. We all know that the kid from Texas maybe should get a better look. Everybody's still crying about we need a big receiver. Well, maybe he is pretty good. He didn't do bad in practice last year, but Kyle wants people who can gain separation. We know this. So if he can find a big guy that actually can go out there, we don't want any muscle guys. We got George Kittle. You got to remember that. Rather than get a big receiver, I surround George Kittle with a lot of quick guys that can get open. That just makes more sense. The 50-50 balls, I don't want 50-50. I want George Kittle in there out muscling guys. I want George Kittle breaking from the 3-yard line all the way to the goalpost with that lightning-like speed. What you have in George Kittle is the combination of an elite wide receiver and a double elite tight end. He's a one-man package. However, there is only one of George Kittle, and there is always that possibility that he may get hurt. Oh, knock on wood. If George Kittle gets hurt like next year, this team is screwed. So there are guys that are very necessary. It's a chemistry. It's a thing that you put together like a puzzle. If you got George Kittle to do what he does, is the big receiver really all that necessary when he's going to go to Kittle anyway? Kittle's going to outplay about any big receiver you get. You got to have your speed guy. The reason why Kittle and also Pettis did so well this past weekend, did you notice the return of Garçon Goodwin made a difference? People don't like to say a lot of good things about Goodwin, but obviously he's a part of the mix. Whether he's out there making a lot of catches or plays is not relevant. He can be used at any given moment. But the point is, defenses are on standby the whole time they're out there. Without him, they played man-to-man. They play zone with no fear. That's why Kyle goes out and gets the motor guys. So, because we're not going to get Julio. I mean, maybe they do. I'm just saying I don't see that being possible. Atlanta Falcons, that's stupid. I can't believe it. It's just like a lot of guys are going to be available in free agency. I like Jadeveon Clowney. I wish to God we could get Jadeveon Clowney. I would not bet on us getting Jadeveon Clowney. If I'm Kansas City, whose defense is already suspect, I as sure as hell don't let D Ford get away. I'm not even talking about DeMarcus Lawrence. That's never going to happen. So, the choices out there for free agency are Ziggy Ansah, maybe because I think Detroit's had enough of him. So what do? We bring him in so we can get enough of him too? Ziggy can't stay on the field. And he's going to ask for top dollar. He's a free agent. They're going to get overpaid. That's what they do. And then they come in and they have a seat, like Malcolm Smith. So you see there's a lot of risk involved this year. But you go to the draft, priority one on this team, and there's getting to be a lot of argument on it. People still want Greedy. People even talk about a linebacker. I like that dude at LSU, but none of those pieces will fit together without the glue. The glue is get that pressure on that quarterback. You see what the Hawks are doing? Their secondary is good, but it ain't as good as it looks out there. Why? Because I don't know how they did it, but the Hawks have a frontline rush from hell already. I'm impressed with that. I thought they'd be eligible for ass whoopers this year because I figured you guys gave up a lot of guys off that front line, and a lot of guys are hurt. You don't even have what's his name in the box. They're getting it done because that pass rush, they were all over Kirk Cousins. And all I could do was I was sitting there watching. That's supposed to be us this year. It's the Hawks. They're going to win 9 games this year. Who they got to play left? They got 8 wins, I think? They got us and the Cardinals. Fam, if we don't stop them, they win 10 games this year. We were supposed to win 9 or 10 games. But they did it because of the fact, as I said, that pass rush is hell. They got a great run game. You run, you kill the quarterback, you win games. Why? Because you know and I know. It's that frontline rush that's going to make that defense out in the secondary. They don't even need to be good. All they got to do is watch and make a play. that quarterback's got no time to throw the ball, get the jump on the ball. That's how Richard Sherman got famous in the first place. Anyway, hey, Okie Niner, what's up, fam? Thanks. Let's see what's going on here. It's cool to be you. What good, Ronbo? Thanks, man. Millionaires and billionaires, bang, bang, 49er gang. Elias Lopez, what's up, fam? Green Lantern says, surely with Sheldon Day and DJ Jones, we don't need Mitchell anymore. And don't forget Harris, too. He is putting Tart on. Whoa. Oh, yes. Tart said something on Twitter today, though. Did you check him out? Tart hears the talk, too. He's coming back hard next year. That's going to be a competition between Marcel Harris and Kowalski, too. Civic Sport Injected FB Sick. Who's ready for some? I like it. Thanks. Damian Lee. Let's pack Earl Mitchell, Jimmy Ward, Garçon, and Solomon Teabags. I want to see more Ronnie Blair. Ooh, we so agree, Damian. Benji Polo Mutua. Hey, Mutua. That's it. I've been pronouncing it wrong. 49er Empire still alive. Benji Polo in the house. What's up? Pedro Flores. This is Pedro Flores. I haven't talked to you in a minute, but I've been listening. I just deleted my social media. Can I get a Niner shout? Little Lee says Jimmy G will have some fun next year. Oh, boy, he's got a premier tight end. He's got a premier running back. We don't even know what Jarek's going to do. I want to talk about Jarek. I was talking about Matty B. Oh, he's got Pettis. I don't know if they're going to add some more people. You got Goodwin out there. Goodwin was Jimmy G's bread and butter dude anyway. And now he's got more weapons to choose from. John Delvin says Kyle Shanahan's going to go after Julio Jones. Watch, I feel it. Could be. Because you still need, it's still good to have that veteran wide receiver. John Delvin, did you know 49? Daniel Andre says the way Pettis gets open, it reminds him of Torrey Holt. Yeah, I know. Can't nobody guard Pettis, man. Can't nobody do it. You'll be made to look foolish. You can foul him and get that flag downfield. Kyle Shanahan's going to go after Julio. I just read it. John Delvin says, did you know 49ers 4 straight seasons with 20 more losses in the season? We broke our record from the 70s. Oh, John, why'd you have to find that stat? That's just nasty. I'm sick of losing. Tanking is stupid. We need playmakers. Julio Jones and Earl Thomas. Here's another thing. We got all kind of money. Ooh. 10 to 14. The NFL just raised that salary cap a few percentage points. We have just added 10 to 14 more $1 million we can spend. You know how many players? You can get a good player for 10 to 14 million. He ain't necessarily got to be. He could be in the offensive line. Dwayne 413 says next year will be different. I promise you. I agree too. You know I do. Conroy Aurelian. Yeah, what's up, fam? David Royce, 70 million. I'm just telling you. I know it. Ain't it more than that? Didn't we have 60 in the first place? I know it's 10 to 14, right? So it could be 75 million, you know? Yes. Oh, give me some 20 twin. Come on. Come on. Fam, good to hear from you again. Shucks. You in that truck?
Yeah, man, you know, holiday season, getting it in on the road.
Ooh, holiday season, that's right.
Watching
You gonna be busy as crazy.
Feel me? I'm still faithful, man. I ain't went nowhere. I'll just be
busy.
Kind of disappointed at the season, but I know we got good high hopes for next year. So they finishing strong. I like that Denver game.
Yeah.
Just watching that.
Yeah. Even the defense
Dante
looks a
looking
lot better.
good. Yeah, Dante looking good. Him and Goodwin. I think that's going to be our 2 starters. But I don't know what's up with Richie, man. He's fumbling and can't catch the punt, man. I don't know.
If that was about the smackdown, Richie James, boy. And Kyle just said, Richie, sit down. And he put Trent back out there. I said, damn, Richie.
Yeah, where Trent been at the whole season? I'm like, man, where that man been at? He was on last year. I'm like,
I have no idea.
I guess really heard his number all season.
I guess it was about Jimmy G because remember, Trent was only okay with Hoyer, not bad with CJ, but came alive as soon as Jimmy G came to the park. So maybe he needs Jimmy, I guess. Because, Jimmy seems to feel better
I
and
can't wait
faster.
till Jimmy get back, man. Can't wait till that boy get back. I mean, Nick Mullins be doing his thing.
Yeah, I know.
He
Nicky's
threw for 400 in that Seattle beatdown, but you know what I mean?
300 last week.
Did his thing.
Boy, he be stacking
That
that.
had
He be
me
stuffing
mad,
that
man.
box. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Because I think CJ it may be on the practice squad next year. Because I can't if Kyle makes CJ the backup again after what we've seen from Nick Mullins, that would be odd. I mean, the fans would be making lots of bad noise. I bet you CJ would say, "No, don't do it. I'm okay. I'll go to the practice squad." So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think Nick Mullins is a little better than CJ.
yeah. I like CJ though.
So,
He's got guts. If Kyle works him a little longer, I think he'll finally make a good NFL quarterback. He needs to make decisions quicker, just move quicker, think faster. That's all he's got to do, and maybe that'll come on. The game needs to slow down for him a little more.
right, Mama, what you think we're gonna do with all these running backs for next year, man? Think Jeff
I'm
Wilson
keeping
gonna
all
go
of
to
them.
the practice squad?
I ain't putting Jeff Wilson on the practice squad unless I just want to get rid of him. In that case, I'd trade him, sign him and trade him, because I'm going to get something. Jeff Wilson goes to the practice squad. He goes on waivers. Goodbye, Jeff Wilson.
Yeah.
He's already proven he's a good running back. He's the number 2, if nothing else, on anybody's team. Man, Hawks will pick him up in a heartbeat.
So we're going to have McKinnon, Breida, Wilson, and Mostert. Yeah.
Ooh. Twin, I could win you
that's a
some
good
games with
backfield
just
right
Breida and Mostert healthy. That's all I need. Even if Jarrett can't play next year, because I don't know if his knee's going to be all right or not. And I got Jeff Wilson standing by. I put Jeff on special teams. Got Mostert out there, Breida tearing people up. Both of them can catch the ball. Ooh, we got depth.
You see, they was playing Taylor a little bit more, too. They was putting Taylor in there more often. And,
Yep.
And that boy Marcel Harris, I like him. He was playing a little bit more tenacious.
He got some
Getting on it,
woof.
you know.
He got some woof in him. Boy, it looks tough. It looks tough. But
yeah, I'm still with the squad, man. We had a disappointing season, but we still got next year. You know what I mean? Get some good draft picks, and I don't know who they're gonna let go, but I feel people are playing a little bit harder because they job on the line towards the end of the year. They under the microscope, so how they want to play a little bit tougher because they was looking good. Defense looked good, man.
Twin, let me ask you a
They
question.
saw out.
Speaking of the defense, did Anton Exum, did he play good football, or was that just Case Keenum? He was over the top, wasn't he?
Yeah, Exum was getting on it though. He was getting hard. He was coming up in that box. Yeah, I like what I seen of Exum.
Colbert has a lot of competition waiting on him when he gets back, don't he? I don't know if they go do it with Jimmy Ward, but Jimmy Ward looked decent playing over the top too. Now you got Exum that does a fair job. Kwaski can play over the top as well. The safety position is going to be crazy. They may make Kwaski go down back on the box. But there's DJ Reed. I don't know.
What are we doing with you think Sherman gonna come back? Or was he just
Sherman. No, Sherman's definitely coming back. He should be more healed up and looking better next year anyway. Just in time for this playoffs run. As you know, he ain't 100%.
Kittle, he was looking nasty though.
Kittle?
Well, he put up 200 something. Yeah.
210.
We're gonna get that boy jersey because he been doing it this year though.
And
just
Kyle
imagine
blew
when
it.
Jimmy G get back with him, with Marquise and Dante on the outside, giving him that speed, knocking that top off. He gonna eat that middle up. He gonna eat.
Twin, we gonna go. I'm gonna tell you, man. I take it easy. Be careful out there and get back here as fast as you can, man. So we know you're doing all right.
I ain't forgot about you, man. I'll still be on here, man. I'm still faithful, man. I'm still ride or die, man. Feel me? I ain't went nowhere.
All right, fam. Appreciate you, Twin. I'm gonna talk to you later, okay?
All right, man. All right, I'm doing Ronbo. Like
you too. And okay, now man, thanks, fam. Making all them contributions. Thanks, fam. Dollar Bell says, I have been watching videos of 49ers all day long, and what I just realized, our players are just very young, and the vets are kind of the downward part of their careers. Maturity is coming on in this team. People keep saying we need vets, but some of these kids are getting in around third and fourth years in this league. At some point, they become the vets, right? That is two dominant pass rushers, corner and a safety. We back in business. Amen to that. XO Ovo, what's up, fam? JD, Watsonville High School. What's up, Ronbo? How's it going? Watsonville High School. I used to like to run against Watsonville, play ball against him. I mean, you know, Watsonville must be a little stronger these days, though. Ray Histo, I want someone to smack the hell out of Russell Wilson. I do too, so bad. We got it. Malcolm Smith smacked him, got fined, though. League, boy, they take care of the Hawks. Really, the refs, I want to get into that right. I mean, boy. Easy the third. He says, shout out to Ronbo and all the faithful. Thanks, fam. Dominic Winters. Yo. Oh. Hey, killer. Kenny.
What's up, Ronbo?
Yeah, Kenny, man. Just reviewing what happened this year. Looking forward to what we can expect. Boy, we got some guys that are working hard out there right now, Kenny. And
hey, how about that? How about that George Kittle, man? Hey,
can't say enough.
We got the best tight end in football, baby.
Him and Kelsey running neck and neck. That's why somebody tried to give me some grief about it on Twitter. Yeah, Ronbo be making stuff up. What? George Kittle's a badass.
Best tight end in football, baby.
Yeah. God. If he ain't the best, he'll do it until the best comes along. Him and Kelsey are both about to eclipse Gronk's record, though. Kittle's got to get 75 yards a game for the next two games. You know, George, he may get at least, 150 yards next game. That takes care of that. So, you know, George, look out. And, woo.
Yup.
Kelsey's close, too, though.
Hey, we're all good, Ronbo. Man, hey, you know what? I'm gonna give Robert Saleh a pass this year, but you know what? If our defense doesn't play like they should be playing, then he needs to go. But I'll give him one more year, and that's it, man. That's it.
And that's rightfully so.
That's it.
If they give him a pass rusher, though, I think Kenny, I think it's coming. That defense looks like they were starting to understand what their job was this past week. I was impressed because it wasn't like the Raiders who suck. The Broncos have a little discipline out there. They got some pretty good players. Granted, they didn't have their all-star wide receiver, but they still looked like they was on their job, and that's what I was pleased to see.
Yeah. I believe our team, man, they're gonna be good, man. But our defensive coordinator, man, he needs to step it up, man. He needs to be a coach or else step back, man, because they only play with their coach, man. They only play with their taught. You know what I mean? If a kindergarten goes out to play, they're only gonna go out to play with their taught, man. And that's what it is. As simple as that. And that's why I have to explain it in a kindergarten way, because it's simple as that.
But Kenny, have you ever coached kids before? I mean, football, baseball, or anything? Or had a team?
I have, yes.
You know, do you remember the kids? And do you remember the kids that just couldn't get it? It took them a little while. So you start playing your better kids, and if they got hurt, you nearly passed out. So that's why I look at Robert Saleh, and I look what he's got to work with. A bunch of youngins who need to learn a lot of things and a system that may be a little tough. And I actually feel, I mean, it's just me. I feel sorry for him because I doubt very seriously some of the knucklehead, boneheaded mistakes we're seeing out there. I just can't imagine Saleh having taught him that. A lot of times I think those guys are ad-libbing and messing up. But again, it comes out into discipline. What do I do about that kind of kid? Do I pull him in the office, him and I, and talk? Listen, what do I got to do with you? I asked you to do this. We went through it in practice. You got it right at that point. We get to the game. You freeze up on me. I kind of think I know what's going on there.
But when there was kids that didn't know what was going on, they got benched. I'm just letting you know right now, man. Hey, they got
I did
benched.
too. Did you get flack from the parents? I mean, I know what you're talking about, but that's what I'm saying. We don't have
Hey,
enough players to bench.
I did. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, after the game, you get all the parents coming at you all crazy. Yeah. Yep.
Fathers want to fight, but the thing is, you can't sit these guys down. They get paid a lot of money, and they're supposed to be professionals. So you work with what you got, and I worry sometimes that Salah needs some more people.
Yeah. Hey, I understand what you're saying. Hey, when you're coaching a team, man, them parents come at you, man. They come at you hard.
Yeah.
And it's all good though, because you're doing the best you can, and the kids are doing the best they can. And when it comes to kids, man, I give them a break, man. They're doing the best they can, but you'll know the difference between the ones who are getting it and the ones who aren't. You know what I mean? So.
So what does he do? Does he go to John Lynch and say, "Listen, he's not. I got a feeling. It sounds like the kind of guy that's going to throw any of the guys under the bus. So, but he's going to walk up and say, "Listen, we could probably use a little more talent at the edge. I'll do what I can with what we got, but I'm not sure what kind of results we're going to get. But we will be pushing as hard as we can." I got a feeling that's the conversation that's going on between Salah and the front office. This is why when they ask Kyle about that, he always says he'll be real surprised if something happens to John Salah or Robert Salah. So I'm just saying, I got a feeling he's going to be there next year. But like you're saying, they probably want to give him one more year anyway. Because if he gets the tools he needs and he still fails, let him go.
I'm going to give him one more year, man. Hey, you know what? And I'm giving one more year because we don't have the players we need. You know what? They're playing players that are position something right there. That tells you that they don't have the players to fill the position straight up. Yeah. So, I mean, there it is underlined right there. They don't have the players to play the positions, and it's all good. I mean, switching from a 3-4 to a 4-3 and trying to keep players is difficult, man. It's really difficult because you don't want to get rid of everybody. You can't get rid of everybody, but
unless they're like Reuben Foster. But Kenny, we got to go, Kenny. Great stuff. I'll tell you what. I'll see you on Prediction Friday. Okay.
All right, man. All right, Ronbo. Love you, man. Peace out, baby.
I love you back, fam. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
And let us go to, is it Jack? The Jack? Come on, Jack. Jack, he's probably somewhere across the pond. And, he gets in trouble from his women for talking to us. Notice how he's been disciplined lately? Whoever he's with now, she must be just beating his ass. Because Jack, he comes in every now and then. He got caught now. Okay, well, let's let Jack, we'll come back to Jack. Graphic Kicks should have brought back Elvis. Ooh. But Elvis went and retired on us, so. Mr. Joe Pepper, what's up? Andy Nunez, what's up, fam? Tyson Rhodes, can we fix the defense in one offseason? You see, it may be possible to, because I don't like what the Hawks did in one season. Who are those guys? Where'd they find them from? This is the only, get rid of Trent's ex-scouting team and get some, and if the Hawks have let anybody go from their scouting team, get them. Where the hell did they find that? We got it. They're just not bringing in the right people. All right? Who is Clark? Frank Clark. Where the hell did he come from? Mr. Joe Pappy says, what's up? Travis Wilson, we only have 5 picks this year. We need to trade down. And they might. Travis, you might be right on time with that. I don't know what they're going to do. I do know John likes to trade. But if you do see, what do? You got the dilemma of Nick Bosa. You got the dilemma of how bad do the 49ers need an elite guy coming off the edge. It becomes a real complex situation. I can't imagine what the 49ers are going to do. Mel, come on in, Mel.
My man, what's good, Ronbo? Bang, Niner gang all day.
Yeah. Oh, Mel, we're running over there. You know we running over this everything. Because the thing is, boy, I tell you, the way the 49ers are looking this year, they have not given up on the coach. You know how we do. People's putting a rumor out there. Kyle Shanahan lost the locker room. They ain't even playing for him no more. I read that and I got back to him. Are you in the locker room? Then if you ain't in the locker room, stop passing out rumors. You don't know that. I know what I see. What you see is what you want to see. I'm going back and forth with this fool. Hey, fam, let me recommend you something. Don't get into an argument with a fool. All lookers won't know who's craziest.
Exactly. They won't be able to tell the difference.
They will not. But Mel, what's up, man?
Man, look, I'm excited, Ronbo. And I do want to say, we have got to stop with the whole get rid of Salah stuff. Like,
I'll be trying to explain it.
If you're going to stick to that get rid of Salah stuff, please don't claim to know football. If you know football, how do you not tell the difference between whether it's due to coaching errors or players messing things up? It would be different if the players were running the scheme the way they were supposed to and the scheme just wasn't working. That's a coaching error. But when you clearly see that Salah's on the sideline freaking out when big plays happen because somebody's not where he's supposed to be, that's not a coaching error. Unless it's about, what's the word I'm looking for? Unless it's about the guys on the about personnel.
Or not being prepared properly during the week. Yeah.
Right. But in the situation that we're currently in, we don't have the personnel. You're talking about, if this guy doesn't do his job, you need to sit him down and put who in there. We already don't know half the guys' names. We're loyal 49ers faithful who follow the team in season, off season, and everything. And I follow our squad. I love our squad. And there's been a couple games this season where a name was called out, and I'm like, wait, I had to look the dude up. Like, who the heck is he and where is he from?
Or a number you didn't know.
Right?
Who is that? Who is that? I know
exactly. So we don't have it. Like I was saying, man, this is chess. And if we're talking chess, then you're not going to beat rooks, knights, and bishops and a dude who still has his queen when all you really have is pawns, and maybe you have one rook or one bishop or something like that, but you can't even really trap anybody. Like, you have to be a genius to be able to get out of that. We just don't have the pieces. Now, we have them, but they're off on the sideline. They're on the side of the board right now. Guys are getting hurt and everything. Speaking of which, I said a few weeks ago when we spoke, if you recall, we need to go after Julio, and I think that we may do it.
Right.
And just imagine the possibility. Right. Imagine. You see what Kittle's doing. This dude, he's in his second year too, by the way. So it's not even like this dude is deep in, like, this dude is in the beginning of his career. He's only going up from there. Oh. Right. And on there by himself, he's a monster. So imagine with Julio Jones out there, like, who are you going to double? You have to double somebody, but who are you going to double? You got to pick your poison.
Julio because of his reputation, but now George Kittle's going to cut you like a surgeon. So that's to me nothing you can do. And now you got Dante Pettis. He's out there working that cornerback. I mean, the dude's tongue is hanging out. That offense is set. That's what I'm saying. If offense doesn't need, but like you mentioned, maybe one more veteran presence as a wide receiver, Julio would fit the bill. Yep. It would be damn near unfair. And Jimmy G?
Yep. Jimmy G's coming in trying to kill everything every week. He has something to prove right now. You think he enjoys sitting off on the sideline watching what's going on and hearing all the chatter about him? He's not enjoying that. First of all, he hated when CJ was in there stinking everything up, making the offense bad. But he probably doesn't know what he hates more, when Nick Mullins came in and started killing. So both of them are lighting Jimmy's fire. When we do bad, when we do good, everything it has. Jimmy's probably ready to go out there right now. He's probably been rehabbing like crazy. If you see like recent pictures of him, this dude, he's like jacked and everything. Like, he's ready,
he's
man.
probably working out like crazy, him and Jerk. Hey, but Mel,
Yep.
let me ask. Let me run this by real quick. You look at
Yeah.
Jimmy. Let's say Nick Mullins. Even I got Julio on one side. I got Goodwin taking the top off the middle. I got Dante Pettis. I got whoever in the slot. I could put Jerick McKinnon in the slot. I got Matty B to go
Right.
tear any defensive line up in the league. All he needs is 6 inches of daylight. He is gone.
Yep.
And I got
That one, that Gareth
Juice.
Sayers.
I tell you, I got Juice over here. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
Even Nick could excel with that kind of weaponry. This is why you talk about
Absolutely.
getting Julio. Watch the NFL Network start saying the 49ers eventually become Super Bowl contenders. And McVay is not happy over in L.A. as he's lost 5 players in the last week.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
It's going to be ugly next season. And I've been hard on Solomon Thomas, and he deserves
Rightfully
us
so.
to be hard on him.
Yes.
But I do think we give him another year. And I'm probably going to get killed for saying this, but I believe that we give Eric Armstead another half a season.
Oh,
And
you almost have to.
And hear me
His
out.
numbers are climbing.
Yeah.
Good.
Right, exactly. And I believe, because, he's been getting into it with some of the beat writers out there. But I
Don't mention no names, Sakamoto.
Right, exactly. So that definitely lit a fire. But I also believe putting more pieces around him to put pressure on him to let him know, look, bro, this train is gonna be rolling, and it will roll without you. I think that is really going to, have him reach his apex.
It's gonna resonate with him.
And I believe, in my opinion, I believe he has to do that anyways, because even if it's a situation where he believes the 49ers are going to get rid of him, he's going to try to
audition for another team.
Increase his value, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to go somewhere for no whack contract. So he's definitely going to be trying to go out there, and getting crazy. I think first he's going to try to be fighting for a position on the field and trying to prove that he deserves it.
Yeah,
but ultimately, I do believe that, man, he's about to really break out of his shell. I think he's starting to really understand a lot of things that maybe he didn't quite understand before, and that goes for on the field and off the field.
Mel, we got to stop. But you know what? If Eric has also put in an entire season this year, like everybody does in their contract year, isn't it amazing?
Right.
Go, Eric.
It
Don't tweet me, boy, because Eric don't play that.
Yep. Nah. His grammar was trash. He couldn't spell, but we got the point.
Mel, you set
better be
yourself
able to
up.
sack the quarterback if you spell
Eric
like
will
that.
find you, man.
Yeah. Not if he has to read my address.
Mel, I'll see you Friday, okay?
All right, Ronbo. Yes, sir.
All right,
Paulie
Mel.
from Jersey says, what's up?
Yo. All right.
You're welcome. All right,
Mel.
Ronbo. Talk to you later, my
All
brother.
right, Mel. Have a great night, fam.
You too.
And-
Gone.
I see Billy Blaine. This is not to sound like a hater, but don't get too excited about these young players performing well. The same thing happened last season when there was no pressure or film on them. Well, here's the thing, Billy. The players we're talking about, they were young last year. They remain young this year. That says to me experience. And experience trumps tape. Believe that. And, hey, Graphic kicks. Goodwin stays. Him and Dante with Taylor in the slot. There's another thing. With guys like Dante Pettis, they probably had tape on Jerry Rice, Terrell Owens, all the guys that he's outperforming in their rookie seasons. Tape will only help you so much. Now, do you have the players that can stop them? Now, what they did do was interesting on George Kittle yesterday is the Broncos, they zoned him up. But that's why Pettis went buck wild, but they kind of slowed things down on the 49ers in the second half. We couldn't score any more points. But Kyle Shanahan, well, we got the man with the plan. He'll work on that. He'll get it done. I ain't even worried about that. Cardaddy. It's because he's the number one receiver and the best are always covering him. Yeah, that's the way it works. Chris Gibbs, like to see what you guys must be talking about Julio. Because Julio does not get into the end zone. Interesting, huh? Unless you're talking about, or you could be talking about Goodwin too. They sort of teams are starting to figure out what we can do. They sort of put geometry, Goodwin can go point A, point B. You got to cut that off, and the 49ers will cut you up. Chris Gibbs, like to see what's up to everybody and how did you like to save George Kittle as a base. Pettis is emerging. Now all we have to do is get an edge rusher to draft, and amen to that. Andrew 49, Kyle said he noticed the D playing with Bassett. It only took 14 weeks. That tells you right there. They don't understand. You know, this is the thing, because this is an argument I offered Trez. Trez says, well, if the defense is all that hard, get another defense. I understand that concept, but I'd rather go get better players to put into a proven scheme. Call me a dummy, I don't know, but that's my feeling on it. Jack! This is Jack. Jack. Oh, Jack. I think his lady made him go to bed. Hey, is that the outlaw Josie out of AZ? Josie, is that you?
What's up, Ronbo?
Josie, we ain't heard from you in a long time, man. How you doing?
Oh, good, man. Good. I ain't fell off the side of Arizona or the Grand Canyon. Nothing.
Yeah, because that's a deep fall, man.
To make sure everybody knows I'm all right.
Good. You know, hey, the thing about that canyon, Josie, you know what I thought? When I went to the Grand Canyon, I looked down. I said, you know, actually, that canyon's so deep, you die of old age before you hit the bottom. God, that's a long drop. Whoo! God!
Oh, yeah.
Man. But anyway.
I used to be an iron worker, and I used to be scared of heights, but I had to get over that real quick.
Yeah, was an iron worker? We got something in common, fam. I know what you're talking about. Skywalker, San Francisco, man. I'm telling you, that's a scary thing.
I actually did my iron working days up there in Sacramento in the Bay Area.
Ah, yeah. So you know, buildings are getting taller and taller.
NorCal Ironworks. I don't think they're around anymore, but yep, NorCal Ironworks.
Same thing. Cal OSHA's still around. Take 2 or 3 wells. May wait for the inspection. Sit down for 2 hours. Get paid incredible money per hour. And when they leave, get up and finish up. Time to go home. Yeah. Hey, but Josie, what are you thinking, man?
I let everybody know that even though I live in Arizona, it's super cold here. I'm sitting here by the pillow stove.
Ooh. Yeah. In fact, it can get cold in the desert area.
Or warm in Arizona, all Arizona, yeah.
Yeah.
I live up here where it's cold.
Especially at night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see that sun glow away, you better be putting on 3 more layers.
Josie, what do you think of the state of the San Francisco 49ers right now? Now, we're looking at guys, we're always crying about we need more veterans, but some of those veterans, some of those kids are going into their 4th and 5th years. It may be time to let some of the vets go and stay young, right? And in 3 or 4 years, there's your vets right there, and in 2 or 3 years, what am I saying? And then you start plugging in the newbies, and you start to build that model like the Patriots and some of the other teams that are doing well. What do you think?
Well, you know, I think that we're good being young because we got good young talent. One of the people I wanted to bring up especially was McGlinchey.
Oh,
what
yeah.
a beast. And everybody's talking about, oh, he better watch out for Von Miller. I'm like, you better watch out for McGlinchey. You mess around, Von Miller, and who actually ended up helping us a whole bunch with all those penalties? Old Von Miller.
Yeah. Von got tired of trying to beat him. So Von says, I know I'm going to do it this boy. I'm going to beat him on the count.
You can't
Number 85,
Rookie of the Year.
encroachment. Hey, Von, what's up?
Oh, that was so awesome.
Wait,
we
Von
really
is what
didn't get
number,
that many
Von?
penalties. I think that's what's been killing us is the penalties.
Yeah.
These young guys are getting a lot of penalties. You know, we're getting over 100 yards of penalties. It's like, what in the hell are you guys doing? And I don't think it's Salah's fault. I like Salah. I like his aggression and his word violent. We play with violence. I like Salah. I don't want to put Salah down a bit. I like that guy.
No, I want people that can grasp the system. I noticed that in week 4 or 5. I said, you know what? Salah's gonna get blamed for this, but if Salah can only do so much, I can teach you. But Jesus Christ, if you can't comprehend, if you can't execute, then it's on you, kid. We're gonna get you somebody to replace your butt. So, you know, because there's nothing wrong with that system. It just needs people who can do it.
And they're all young. And just like
patience.
Caller a little bit ago, I forget his name, he was saying, man, who in the world is this? Because I pride myself knowing pretty much every player on that team, and I'm seeing a number, and I'm like, wait a minute, I thought he was, who the hell is that?
Yeah. I've done it all season. It's embarrassing, especially when I'm doing it during the game. And I'm sitting there watching with everybody else, and I'm sitting there wondering, who is number 30? What, you know? And then I find, oh, is that who that is? And Elijah Lee, I know who he is when I see him. I didn't know. Ziocha, I didn't know who he was. Julian Taylor, I got embarrassed 2 weeks ago. Is Julian Taylor on the field? He's been there the whole time, Ronbo. No, I don't know these people.
The thing with that is, wasn't Morris 41? All of a sudden now Morris is 44.
I know.
What's going on here?
Yeah, and Javarius Moore. Did you see that great hit he put on special teams? And he got up. I said, "What the hell's that?" Oh, that's Moore. You know. To get to the point, though,
us all out. We don't even know what's going on.
We don't know who these people are exactly.
But, and it's funny because I noticed this last game, they were like, number 61 is eligible, number 61. I'm like, who the hell is 61? I don't know that guy. Apparently he got advanced up and he was eligible, and they had to make sure everybody knew, hey, this isn't just some random guy out here in Jersey.
I tell you, it's rough. You got to study. You got to keep a program in front of you at all times with all the players' names on it. And this is what we're talking about. Why you're going to blame the coach when he doesn't have the same group of guys every week. He's got a new group of guys going out there that aren't communicating properly and making a lot of boneheaded mistakes. The only consistent thing we have is that frontline defense, and they're doing a good job against the run. The pass rush is due to a lack of talent. And that's why I say, it's hard to blame the coach. You bring another coach in, he's going to suffer too. That's why it's just the way it is. But we're already out of time.
And I love Exum. I just want to say this real quick. Exum, that's my dog. I'm loving what Mullins is doing. He's freaking incredible. I've upgraded Kittle from Kittle up the middle to Kittle through the middle.
I know. That's an upgrade. Josie, we got to go.
I love seeing Keith back. Pettis, and I just want to throw one last yell out. I want to give my mourning sympathies to the York family. That is so sad.
Oh, yeah, Tony.
I'm so glad that everybody is, sympathetic to all that. And we won it for the York family. It's incredible. Love you, Niner fam. I'm going to do the Niners yell out. Is that cool, Ronbo?
It absolutely is. Let me get 3, 2, 1.
No! Yo, Ronbo, love you, dog.
Love you back, fam. I'll talk to you later. It's Joey. It's Josie out of AZ. And Eric Sanchez. What's up, fam? Hey, it's Kenny. Ronbo Sports, A1 since day one. Let's go 49ers. Let's go, Kenny. And Vader says, it's once again, it's time. It's red and gold time. It never stops being red and gold time, by the way. Tony Tone, he says, yeah, Kirk Cousins. We got to spend a whole show on Kirk Cousins one of these days. I know Trez will love it. Because what did Trez try to tell us? Kirk Cousins is literally only a star guy. He could never win against the real team. So glad we traded for Jimmy G. I'm excited for next year, no doubt. So Trey, I'm eating crow too, man. I'm getting big slices, man. Because I was with you for our cousin. Our cousin is, I don't know. Our cousin, he made some bad decisions in that game against the Hawks. So that means the Hawks would have continued to whoop our ass if we'd have had him. ATM Stacks, ATM is in the building. That's money in the bank. Yeah. Sock 'em Jock. We should activate Stephen Dunbar Jr. For the last couple of weeks. I'd like to see that myself. Since Garçon's not going to be able, but Garçon's not been on the roster. He's not been activated anyway. To see what he can do. I would like to see that, actually. But not enough chemistry between him and Nick, I guess. Theandra, how's it doing, lady? Evening night Empire, she says. And Gohard says, if Reed keeps balling out in the slot, there's an observation. But depth, go hard. That's the only thing that I fear. You got to keep either K1 or Jimmy. Which one you gonna do? Because you can't have just one, right? You could get one in the draft, but then you run a risk. You could sign another guy, maybe not quite as good, but good depth. But there's options. But I don't know. He says you trade K1 because Reed fills 2 spots. He fills the FS, and it's like K1 is expendable if he plays out that way. Yeah. I just need somebody else in the slot. I don't know what to do. This trade comes zooming in. You're going to leave my cousin alone. Trey, you know I was with you, man. I was riding. I said, bring him. Bring me some Kirk Cousins. Here we are, fast forward. 2018, December. Uh-oh. Kirk is 6-6. How much did he get paid? Steven! My boy Stevie from
Ronbo.
Florida. Stevie, Florida. Stevie.
What's up,
Man,
Ronbo?
tell you what, boy, I'm looking at the plan for the offseason this year. Boy, it's going to sound like a construction site. Man, you can hear them nails and hammers pounding, boy. But we don't need to do that much. They just need to make a couple of key moves. But you know something? I just want to get your opinion on what Gohard just said about DJ Reed. Do you get rid of that money in K1? The thing is, Jimmy Ward can play the same positions that DJ Reed, but you don't need to keep all 3 of them. But the fact is, Jimmy Ward is going to get hurt, and he gets paid way too much. Do you go in the draft and get you a slot? Boy, there's a dilemma. Stevie, what are you going to do, man?
Well, I mean, we're not going to keep Jimmy Ward. This it for this year.
That's it for him anyway.
This is,
right.
Yeah, it's it for him anyway. K1, I feel like DJ Reed is better right now. Well, maybe because, it was just a game that was just played. We got to see more games with him in a slot because that's his natural position at corner and slot corner.
Mm-hmm.
We put him out of position when we put him at free safety. He never played free safety. He always played corner. So that's why I didn't understand that. So he was a good corner, but I never seen him at safety. Not on his highlights, not as a position or anything like that. So that was one of the problems right there. We playing players out of position.
Mm-hmm.
We should have Tavares more. There was no purpose of drafting him to put him at corner because he's not going to get any playing time.
And
especially
he
if
could
we get
play
one,
safety
free agency.
with all that speed. Yes.
Put him at free safety.
Yeah, that's what
He's
he
6'3".
does.
Why you can't put him at free safety? Try him out. We have nothing else to lose. Just try him out. That's his natural position, is safety anyway. And now he was a top-rated safety right behind Derwin James. Why he can't play free safety?
Who made that call, you think, on the team? Was that Lynch, Shanahan, or Salah? I'm feeling Salah didn't make that call.
That exactly. And also, Rom, I have a question for you. So, who do you think is working with less, the offense or the defense, player-wise?
Who's working with less?
Yeah.
Damn. Like you just mentioned, is the bottom line. The defense is playing people out of position. What if they put them right back in the position they're supposed to be in? So
Exactly.
I'm thinking the offense
but
is playing.
all the busted coverages, it's also on teaching. I understand what Mel was saying, but it's also on teaching as well. You can tell the players what to do. Yes, they messed up. So why you continue to put them out there?
Yes.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
If you continue to put it out there, that's the coaching flaw. Put in other players. That's simple. It's always put in other players. It's not like we have a bad team, Ronbo, especially defensively. We really don't.
Yeah.
Like, we got a lot of first-round talent on the defensive side. Offensive side, you see, it's all about coaching. Kyle Shanahan's working with less. He's working with an undrafted quarterback, undrafted rookie running back, rookie receivers, and second-year receivers, and he's still putting up points and winning games. So that's all on coaches, all how you teach your players. You could get the worst players on the team and make them the best. You're only good as your weakest link.
That's a good point.
And defense, you got too many first-round talent on that defense. You have 3 first-rounders on that defense.
On the front
you
line
have
alone.
a good exactly. Then you have a good linebacker. Well, a good linebacker. I give Elijah Zeeks. I say a good linebacker because I like Elijah
I like
Zeeks
him.
a
He's
little bit.
steady.
Yeah,
and
I feel
Fred
like
Warner
he's
should be
gonna
a
do good.
first-round draft pick. Fred Warner,
Exactly.
damn.
Exactly. You got an All-Pro and Richard Sherman. Yes, his level of playing is basically a Pro Bowl level. It's not an All-Pro level, but it's a Pro Bowl level. Then you got, I don't like Akello right now, but he's playing better. But he played good at the end of last year. So what's the regression? Is it because you playing the players out of position and making other players look bad? It's all on teaching.
Let me ask you, you've played. Do you remember when the coach came up with new concepts? You was doing fine. I remember, the coach calls you to the side, we need to work on some technique. Here's some of the things I want you to work on. I always felt awkward when I was brought, especially if I thought I was doing a job, because you know how your ego starts getting stupid. You think you're the shit.
Right.
And all of a sudden I got to learn something new, and the coach wanted you to stay disciplined and do like I tell you. I see that in Kello, because him running down the field just in
maybe
week 14.
Maybe it might be the Sherman teaching. Maybe it might be Sherman telling him to do one thing he can't comprehend on that level. He can't play on that type of level. That might be a problem
his
with
head
that, but
too
if it
tight. Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, he's teaching all pro level. So if he can't comprehend on all pro level, what does that tell you?
Well,
he's not going to give you any advice to make you. Richard Sherman's not going to tell you do this to make you feel uncomfortable. I'm pretty sure he's not going to do that because he still does his own techniques in the game. He's not comprehending. I don't know if he's comprehending or not or what's going on. I guess that he's only playing good right now just because he knows his job is on the line next year because they're bringing in other talent. So he has to make himself look good, and that's the sad part. A lot of our players are doing it. That's what they did this weekend. They're playing for their jobs. Why you weren't playing for your job in the beginning?
Earlier.
Now you guys want to play some type of good defense, but maybe. And I mean, granted, the Broncos were playing with some type of sorry receivers because they lost Emmanuel Sanders, but they still had their defensive players right there. And because we were working with way less than what they were working with, and they still at 6-16. So yeah, I'm glad we got the win. I'm glad George Kittle did his thing. We have a good team even without Garoppolo, even without McKinney, because we didn't even know we didn't know Brady was going to do this. Brady was doing his thing. So I mean, Ronbo, we in the all season we don't even have to trade. I want to trade down the draft if we don't do good in the free agency. Because in free agency, if we get the key players that we need, 2 edge rushers, a backup linebacker, and another corner, and you could sneak in the draft and probably get your free safety, but I probably wouldn't do it. But I would do it in free agency. But if we nail free agency, we don't have to trade back in the draft. We can still get Nick Bosa. If I get one solid edge rusher out of the top ones that's coming out this year,
that's
coming in free agency.
They're going to try like hell.
Ronbo.
Stevie, you know they're going to try like hell. They're going to try their best in free agency to get that guy.
But yeah, if we get him, that means say we get like D4, right? He has 11 sacks right now. We get him, we get another linebacker, we get Earl at safety, and we get another corner, right?
That's all the money you need to spend right there. Put some away for the kids coming out next year. That's all you need.
So all we need is a couple more holes be filled. Receiver, another edge rusher, and then another linebacker, and maybe another lineman for the future.
And Stevie, draft me another pass rusher in the second round too, because you know what? I have a feeling.
Would you? I mean,
edge rushers get hurt
a little bit too much. We still need a receiver though.
Yeah, but maybe
I would.
Priority is that defense because I'm looking at the Hawks, and the Hawks got Doug Baldwin, and what's that other smaller guy's name?
Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett. That's all they got. It's about the defense and the run game with them, and they're just tearing people up. Well, you got Russell Wilson out there making miracles happen, but still.
Right. Right. And double up on the defense, we're fine. And I like the fact we might be able to get Julio too, and we might be able to get the head coach because I think he might get fired.
Listen,
they're 4-9, Rumble. They're 1 game behind us.
I know.
I mean, in front of us.
We got to go. We're going to run out of time. But listen, come on back Friday. Let's continue this, man, because I love it.
All right.
All right, Steve. Have a good night, fam.
All right.
Every time I get, we got some folks every coming in. I can keep it for 2 hours. We just go on and on. Time went by quick. Hey, Kenny, hit that like. Why would you watch a show you like and not hit that like? I like that rhyme too. Go Niners, fam! Please don't forget to hit like. I know you mean to. You just forgot. I do it all the time, and I'm looking at videos myself. Somebody tells me to hit the like. I go on. I forget. Come back to it later. And slot K1 is expendable. He plays out. What's that? Deshaun Davis, still faithful all day to show me. No, man, we believe it too. Robert Nash, what's up, fam? And the boss George, yeah. Ian Sharp, jury's out on Thomas and Garnett as well. I know, right? I keep forgetting about Garnett. I don't want no more products out of Stanford, though. I'm sorry. Well, no, I don't want no more products out of Stanford. Ooh. Graphic Kicks, I coach juniors baseball. I play the kids with the most heart that take coaching, right? The kids with talent have fathers that get pissed off and ride their kids too much. I know, right? That's scary to look at. They're out yelling you from the stands or when they come to practice, heaven forbid. Ooh. Maxwell Allen says, I want to see Salah and a talented defense and then make a better assessment. He needs talent. He really does. And I agree, Maxwell. Daniel Placencia says, hey, why did you do a live? Why do you do a live? I am trying to do whole packet right now, and that's due tomorrow. Daniel, I missed something there. I said, why did you do a live? Oh, I see. Daniel, you know what? But you can review it. You can watch it later. You know, it's gonna stay there. I wish you would be able to call in, Daniel. Sneak around and call in anyway. The boss will know. Go to the bathroom. That's what I used to always do. You can hear you talking in the bathroom, but then you can say you just have issues and you're talking to yourself. Israel Cardenas, Zafam. Oh, God. Anyway. Oh, he flies in out of the dark and he perches upon the tallest building in the inner city. It's Nighthawk.
What's up, man?
Nighthawk, you, man. See, you know how we do after we win the game? We
I'm
get
glad
all.
we didn't get no concussion, man. I'm glad we didn't get no concussion.
What? He wouldn't have helped us, Nighthawk. Not like last year, this year. Kirk is good, but Kirk
But you know
is.
what? He
something
only
about
scored
him.
7 points against Seattle. 7 points.
He had people open too. Did you see NFL Network break the game down? He had Thielen open. You know what that is,
And
don't
you know what?
It's pressure.
But you know what? When we play Seattle, we scored 16.
Oh, right. We did better than they did with less talent. Good point, Nighthawk. Nighthawk, this is why. Did you notice how they had Cousins scared the whole night? They was pressuring his butt. And just like Jared Goff.
Man, come on, man. We scored we did better than Seattle. We played Seattle, we did better than the Vikings did.
See, that's why the Vikings made a mistake getting rid of Case Keenum. They'll never admit it.
Wow, man, he was good. He was good, but they're dumb. They picked up concussion. I'm glad we didn't get him.
Exactly, because even if Case Keenum wasn't good, he fit that team, you idiots. Just leave him alone.
And
if he messes up next year, get another quarterback.
The quarterback we got now is better than Nick.
Nick, I know. Nick Mullins, I know, right?
He's better than Cushion.
Stats-wise, he probably is. You know, Nick Mullins has got 700 yards in 2 weeks. Over 700 yards.
I'm looking at the score. The score was 21-7.
They messed up. And although the referees, you know the Hawks, they always get that preferential treatment. The referees know that was...
But it's funny. How we got 60 points, then they got 7 points. Something wrong with that.
Yeah. Well, they know. And
These guys got a team. They got a team. They got to fix the puck. They need a tune-up. That's it.
Spark plugs and points. You know what? Especially points. They're coming out. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, Nighthawk. 6 wins. You paid a $100 million guaranteed contract to Kirk Cousins. And you got out. You ain't going to make the playoffs.
No, but Florida's got a chance. Florida's got a team. Oh, they have a tune-up. They got a tune-up. We going to be awesome.
You know what would have been great? If Case Keenum and the Broncos would have made it to the playoffs, that'd have been screaming funny. So, you know, you got to leave things alone sometimes. Don't be doing things like that.
I don't know why the Vikings get concussion. They had a better quarterback.
Or they could have got somebody else other than Kirk Cousins. So, anyway.
Like I said, man, the front is looking good right now. All we got to do is tune up. We're going back up there.
Well, hey, Nighthawk, we're playing them this Sunday.
Yeah.
Are you worried?
Well, it's not going to be no 7 points. It's not going to be no 7 points.
You don't think so? Because I got to tell you the truth, Nighthawk. The Hawks are starting to do what they do, get away with murder and just run you to death. And Russell Wilson running all over the field. He waited till now to start running all over the field. We got to catch his ass. Don't let him start running. That's how he wins games.
Yeah. Yeah, but we got Seattle game. But like I said, it might be 16 points again.
I don't know. I think second time around, Kyle will figure this guy's out because we didn't have. Did we?
I'm gonna say maybe
Goodwin?
they might get 30. They might get to 20. They might get to 20 this time.
We didn't have Goodwin against the Hawks. Let's see what happens this time. And did we
now
have
we got Goodman. See, we got Goodman now. See, and we got Dante Pettis. Yep.
And Nighthawk, the number one thing is you got one more week that Nick Mullins can get better used to his receiving core because he sometimes focuses too much on George Kittle. Last week he spread it around a little bit more, and even he did with Kittle. This week, maybe he'll find Goodwin. He found Pettis last week. They're getting better. Now, if he can work with at least 3 weapons, look out. We may have a better offense this week.
Yeah, we might because we got Goodman too, so it's different now.
Yeah.
It's not like we don't have him. We got Goodman back on the lineup.
And also, Jeffrey Wilson looking good. All right? And the Hawks are easier to run against than the Broncos. Jeffrey put up 90 on the Broncos. He'll put up that much against the Hawks because the Hawks are not that good against the run. They're okay, but they're not all that. We'll get them this time. It'll be a game. It'll be better than last time.
We're going to the playoff next year.
Yeah. I get behind that. Like that idea.
And you know what? Like I said, Kirk Cousins is a dud.
Nighthawk is Trez, Nighthawk is talking to you. He knows how much you appreciate that. Trey, don't pay him no mind. We knew what we was talking about at the time. Nighthawk, let me get it holler.
Yeah. Okay.
There's Trez now. Nighthawk, I'm gonna see him Friday. Nighthawk!
Okay, can you
Up! Wait a minute. Here comes Trez. He wants to step all up in it.
Wait a minute. Now, how about you run that one now? I appreciate that now, because I tried to tell him. Nobody want to listen to Trez, though, Ronbo,
yeah, but like I said, Kirk Cousins can't do shit.
I listen, Trez.
Trey, where you at, man? Trey, don't let me take this whooping by myself. You was in on this, Trey.
Hey, Ronbo. I'll take some Solomon Thomas cold pie because guess what? We paying wicked salary over there. You know how much money we've been paying for Kirk Cousins, and I try to tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? We've been looking like some $100 million food. That's what we've been looking like.
Trez, I ain't gonna argue with you, man. You was absolutely right. I've told you that on several different occasions. You was absolutely right. And let me amplify and put another exclamation point on that. You was right, and real right.
You know what? That's it.
Well, I ain't gonna hold it up, Ronbo. I just wanted to say that a little bit. I'm gonna say the rest of myself for later on in the week, cause y'all happy about this little win we got. You know what I'm saying? Like we doing.
No. Trez.
I ain't gonna piss on the tree.
Trez, we ain't celebrating that. We're celebrating some of the players that look like they got some potential. Cause that win don't mean nothing, and they ain't got all their team anyway. But Trez, see you this weekend then, or Friday.
Yes, sir, Ronbo. Yes, sir. I'm gonna continue to listen to the show.
All right, fam.
That's
cool.
all I'm gonna do.
And
if anybody get wrong, I'll be back.
I know it. It's SmackDown anyway. It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right, fam. Maybe talking to you in another few minutes. And Nighthawk, give me that holler.
Give me a shout out. Yeah. Nighthawk is out, and Cousins sucks.
Boy, I feel bad about that one. Okay. Trey, you ain't right, man. You didn't even say nothing, man. You let me get this woman by myself. Hey, go ahead. What we got here? Oh, up here. Hey, let's see if we're going to try Jack again. Jack. Yeah, Jack. Let's go ahead and give Jack the rest of the night off. Vader. It's Vader. Time.
What's up, Ronbo?
Oh, Vader, man. I'm just saying, like, it's the thing. Hindsight is such a wonderful thing. If we only had it before we made some of the choices we make. But what are you thinking?
Exactly, brother. Man, I was all the way up here, and Trey just shot me back down, saying, "Go on with the little win." I was up here, man. You know, he's right. He's right. You know, we still need a lot of work. But you know, we were both dead on Kirk Cousins. I didn't want that asshole on my team.
Dang, y'all be getting hostile.
Man, I mean,
about
I want
it,
to win. I don't want to lose. I knew he was going to be terrible, man. But you know,
he's
on another team. He's not our. He's not our
problem. Well, I feel bad for the Vikings, though. Yeah, he's not our problem. Yeah. I feel bad for the Vikings, though, man. That's comical. You guys went opening sign and check
their OC.
Put whatever number you want to on there, and come on and be a Minnesota Viking. Damn.
Yeah, but most of that blame was, well, you know, it was 50% Kurt, 50% the OC. You know, he should have ran the ball a little more, but whatever. You know, it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
You know, give Seahawks their win by refs again. Every time they play at the fucking clinic, dude, it's always the refs got to interfere with the goddamn ball went over his damn head, and you call him a flag?
And they told everybody in Seattle, Cam Chancellor, all stop jumping over players, y'all. It's a penalty.
He got away with that one.
And
correct.
And now they say, well, it didn't affect the height of his. What? What if the guy stands up?
He had both hands. He had one hand on one player, one hand on the other. He jumped over the player. It was a fucking flag. The other gentleman that they have, even the other referee that they have that they bring in to get. He didn't even get into it. It was a penalty.
Yeah, I know. And the ref threw the flag, Vader, and picked it up. I said, what?
Yep, exactly. We all seen that coming. Come on now. We've been in enough Seahawks battles that we know we've seen that shit coming.
But we
got to play like a perfect game.
I really want an investigation launched as to what's going on there. You know that foul that Megatron, that Megatron at Detroit game when they. How many officials don't know that if the opposing team throws a ball out of the end zone, that's definitely infraction, and all of a sudden they didn't know, and they gave the game to the damned Hawks? How'd they not know that?
Yep.
And that helmet to the chest that gave Russell Wilson the penalty he needed that was not under his chin, and they beat us. I'm sick of, and then Julio Jones when Atlanta played. Rich, bless his heart, he's on our team now. Rich was all over Julio Jones 15 minutes before the ball got there. No flag.
Exactly.
He plays with us.
No flag.
And all you got to do is rub somebody, and they throw a flag on him.
Exactly. And they throw a flag. Exactly.
Tell me something ain't going on there.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I think something is. I you know what? It'll come out later on, just the way it did when he was at USC, and he tried to blame Bush for everything, but it was him. It was Pete the cheat. But man, I want to get into this. Let's get into this real quick. Shout out to I just want to say my condolences to the York family and Tony, and don't worry, man. We're gonna get that Super Bowl for you, baby. We're gonna get that Super Bowl for you.
So emotional moment.
I don't know, man. This is gonna be. Staley's getting up in age, but I like the change that the offensive coordinator assistant made. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But sad to say it, Rich Burke, he's gone. Lincoln Thomas, you're gone. I think we made a huge mistake when we got rid of the nose that we had. Went to Miami. But, hopefully we find another one out there. I don't see him coming back next year. We paid him a shitload of money, but hopefully we can make it up in the dead space. Yeah. That nose tackle, he's got to go, man. And he's not doing the job that we expected him to do. And then the way they simplified the play, I mean, what did we leave on the board? 14 points? It should have been 30-6, like I told you it was going to be.
Oh, that's right. That was Vader's score.
Yeah. It should have been 30-6, but it is what it is. We had red zone problems still, and you could tell it's the center, man. Center's got it, and Lincoln, of course. But hopefully we'll get that straightened out next year.
Every week Lincoln gets that.
Every week.
Well, you know what? It used to be Trent Brown. Every week Trent would get called
right.
for
Yeah,
being off. Every week,
and I think it's what you stated at the beginning that Kyle's offense is complicated. Yeah. I believe it because now I see it. Yeah. But I like the way I don't know if you noticed that everybody had a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Did you notice that during the game? Right. So what he did is he broke down some plays, put them on the paper. He said, I don't want anybody looking at the tablet. This is what you guys are going to look at. This is what we're going to call in this situation.
I didn't really notice
and
that. I wish I could have seen that.
I really appreciate the way he said, hey, just give it a fucking – you don't have
Vader, we lost.
He just named a bunch of food categories. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, so he simplified the offense. He called it one word, chocolate. Run. Because there were, I think you get, 10 seconds? Is it 10 seconds that you can talk to the quarterback?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
That was signals.
But you see that little small change. I mean, we did really, really well. Yeah. Really, really well.
They'll look even better this week. It's just a matter of time playing together. So, but Vader,
right. Yeah, they got to. Of course, they got to. But really quick, I just want to give us another shout out to Richard Sherman and the other defensive coach, not our coordinator, but one of the defensive coach. They made some changes on there. They petitioned to bring some people up from the practice squad, put them in. Let's see what we got. So it's starting to come together. Ronbo.
Vader, I got to just stick up for Sal on this. Now you can't blame Sal when things are going bad, but don't give me any credit when things are going good. That's not right.
I was sent an email. I read the email, and I'm just letting you know what I read. But I'm not putting no names out there, man. Season isn't over yet. I'm not putting any names out there. But, hopefully Adam Peters gets his button gear. He's got to start picking some players. And
that too.
Start looking at some talent, man.
People out of there.
All
right.
Yeah, but I see a major change, man. It'll be a major change in but again, do we really want to win the rest of the game, or do we want the number one pick? I want to know your thoughts.
Vader, not to worry. The 49ers are going to have pure help. They got to play the Chicago Bears.
We got to play Chicago. We're going to get our ass whipped. Big Maggio coming home.
But Vader, we got to get off. We got to go.
We got to go. But anyway, shout out to Trey, and everybody else, the Niner Empire. And I didn't hear Toby's today, so hopefully he calls in. We miss him once in a while, but see you guys tomorrow. See you guys on Friday to give you your score. Letting it go and ready go. Yeah. Radio, Ronbo Sports. You guys have a good night.
All right, man. You too, fam. Yamin.
Roberto, what's good? What's good? Niner Empire, what's good? I'm on Ronbo.
Yo. Yes.
I called up there. I called up there yesterday. Stephen A. He on vacation.
Dang it.
You know what I'm saying? I was on the phone for like 2 hours because Will Kane took over. So Stephen A. don't run from the Niner Empire. You know what I'm saying? Don't run from me, Stephen A.
He knew you were coming. He knew it. That's why I took the day off.
Right. And Ronbo, you right. You know what I'm saying? Stephen A. went on vacation for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Steelers are looking bad. And you know so funny, Roethlisberger's blaming everybody on the team. I love when he does that.
Right. Stephen A. skedaddled for like a whole week. You know what I mean?
He'll be back.
Great.
Wait till he gets back. Stephen A., what about your quarterback? It's everybody's fault but his. Stephen A., it's your fault too, and I'm gone.
Ronbo, grind him up, Ronbo. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Stephen A. I hope one day you tune in to the Niner Empire.
Oh, man. I just want to get in through his line. You're right, because you got to wait he ain't gonna let you in. He'll cut the show off before he gets to you. It's like he knows who's coming to get him. Boy.
Ronbo, I waited almost 2 hours. Like, I mean, like I did go outside and smoke a Newport. But I mean, that was only like 15 minutes. Like after that, I had to wait like 2 hours. And then it was like what 5:50, and my phone cut off. So I was like, damn.
I tell you.
Like I'm saying, cause Will Kane, he a Dallas fan and shit. Like I'm saying, but I wasn't gonna chop at Will Kane neck though. Like you know what I'm saying, like I was gonna tell Will Kane to send Stephen A a text message and say, how about them Pittsburgh Stalebreads? Like you know what I'm saying, like don't be running from us, Stephen A.
And then ask him about the 49ers.
Don't run from the Nine Empire.
You know?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's right. You know, Stephen, we'll have a chance. Stephen ain't going to come in next season. First of all, I'm going to talk about Tony Garoppolo. They went and signed Hollywood Garoppolo. He's supposed to be the savior.
Hey, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Hey, Ronbo, if I had the chance to talk to Stephen A., I was going to say to him, Stephen A., I got 3 jerseys for you. I got the Jimmy Guac jersey, and then the Nick Mullins jersey,
and get him a George Kittle jersey.
Then next year, he can get a fresh Jimmy Guac jersey.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And he got to put it on too. And if we get to the playoffs, we need to make a deal with Stephen A. Stephen A., if the 49ers get the playoffs, you will indeed, from that week on, you will wear either a George Kittle jersey, you'll wear a Jimmy G jersey, or you'll wear a Jerick McKinnon jersey, because you talked about him like he had a tail last year, too. Ooh.
Right. And Ronbo, I hope, God bless. Because they took us off, a couple games.
Prime time.
I hope we play Pittsburgh on Thanksgiving. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we earned the right to play on Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? They took like 3 primetime games from us, Ronbo.
Flex aside every one of them.
Right.
But admittedly, we did look unprimetime like. So I kind of understand the network's prerogative that, it's about money with them, and ain't nobody go watch the 49ers and the Cardinals, anybody like that. So, they had to go where they thought they could get some money. So I ain't mad at them, but it is wrong. No matter what. You had a schedule, you took us out.
You know what we're going... Oh, my fault.
Go ahead.
Ronbo, what we're going to tell these televisionized people and these raised people. Fuck y'all. We don't care about that shit. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Like, they took us off 3 primetime joints. Like, next year, we want to play Pittsburgh on Thanksgiving, on Turkey Day. You know what I'm saying? And I want Solomon T to get in there like a Rottweiler and start snatching ankles. You know what I'm saying? $2-4. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. We got to go, though. I agree, too. But we got to go. Let me see you Friday, man.
All right. Salute to the Niner Empire. Nighthawk, J-Rock, Roberto, Thedra, Dundra. What up, man? You know what I'm saying? From West Philly all the way to the West Coast. You heard me?
Yeah, I heard.
I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Ronbo.
And
Ronbo, we're going to give Stephen A. and Jay the kiss laugh. I'm out. I love y'all.
Oh, God. Hey, let's get Yami's buddy here. Get us this with J-Rock. J-Rock.
Ronbo.
J-Rock. What's up?
Man. I wish Namin had his work boot on Stephen A. Smith's neck.
Boy, Stephen A., that's his job to make everybody mad, and he's one of the best at it. I ain't never seen nobody can make me mad at Stephen A. Well, there's been a couple come close, but Stephen A., boy,
he does good.
Man.
But if my man, twisted his ankle, stepping on his neck, I wouldn't feel bad. Man, fuck that dude, Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
He didn't know what he was talking about when he was talking about Mayweather and Pacquiao. He don't know what he's talking about now. Pittsburgh got beat by the Raiders. What he talking about?
Yep. And ain't gonna be no Le'Veon Bell. That they can do everything they want to do. It's all about, you know what though? Wouldn't you love to see a matchup? Because here's the thing. Even though he thinks he's still got it, but Roethlisberger is slipping. He screwed up in that game. He got hurt, yes, but he still messed up. He started blaming everybody on the team. That team he's going to lose. It'd be nice if we could get, because I think it is time to play the AFC East. If that be the case, not East, what is it? What are they? Anyway, I mean, it's time to play Pittsburgh, and that would be nice. I don't want nothing to do with Baltimore anymore. But man,
oh no, Baltimore's. I mean, you know what? I would to the same. I would like to play him with our starters. How about that?
I don't like Lamar Jackson. Scares me. We're seeing the next guy to take over that division. He's an incredible runner, and his passes are going to get better. I got a feeling. That is the most dangerous dual threat I think I've ever seen. But he's just in his early stages.
Yeah, but I want to see our red and gold play against the best.
I do too. I want to see him beat him
and play the best.
My nerves will be shot watching that game. It's the only thing I can just see me
but
down.
That's why we watch football, Ronbo. That's why we watch it.
God
you know what I mean? I'd rather be sweating a game like that than sweating a game while we're 2-10 playing Denver. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed. Put me in the pit and let's go. Exactly.
But am I the only one seeing like, man? Yeah, everybody sees our record like it's 3-10. We 3-10 now, Rombo.
Yeah, I always lose track of the weeks. The count is. Somewhere like that. 13,
and we
14,
bounce some players
15,
off
16,
safeties, the corners, and this and that and that and this, and how many close games we have. It could be something as simple as 3-10. We could be 6-7.
Yeah, because we got blown out. We only got blown out, 2, 3? We got blown out 3 times this year, I think. The rest of the time we was in it, I think.
Yeah, and who we got? We got Seattle, Chicago, and the Rams coming up.
Yeah, and the Rams is one of the teams that blew us out. So the Rams blew us out. The Buccaneers kind of blew us out, didn't they? Okay, the Rams, the Bucks, the Hawks. That's 3 times. Did the Giants beat us up finally, or did that game end up being close? Anyway,
I don't remember.
We were pretty competitive in just about every game.
Kansas City Queefs. You know?
We didn't get blown out in that game. But, we was coming back in the fourth
quarter.
Yeah,
we came back. Yeah, we came back. We was coming back, and the whole 4 quarters, G might have been a different game. But if we play these Saint Chicago Bugaboos,
Bears,
and the Seattle, like my man said, tilapias,
tilapia fish,
and them I keep saying St. Louis, but it's LA spams. and let me throw this in here right quick. I heard you and y'all talking about bologna and spam not too long ago.
Yeah.
Hey, Ronbo, man, that spam is delicious. you put a crisp on the outside, keep it warm in the middle. That spam delicious.
Yeah, you gotta get that skillet real hot. Yep, and throw it in there and let it crisp. I know.
Yeah. You know what I mean? No, y'all like that spam. Y'all like that spam.
And you didn't need cheese. Just put that spam on some Wonder Bread, and you're good to go.
That's right. But these next 3 games, they're gonna be hard, and if we lose, that's cool. But even if we lose, we will win by keeping each one of them teams under 20 points and keeping competitive.
Hey, there's something. That's a good point. If we do not let them just run the score up, because the Bears are not that much when it comes to scoring, but they will beat your ass on defense. My God, that's a scary defense.
Them Bears is like them Ravens. They tough. And next year they might be tougher than the Ravens, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. Fam, we like to go. I'll tell you what, I'm going to look for your Friday on Score Time, all right?
Yeah, man. You know, you gotta give me some time for shutouts.
All right, go ahead.
Let me give shutouts to Coach, Kenny, Roberto, Nighthawk, and you already know my man. Me. All right, Ronbo Sports. J-Rock Kansas is out.
And we move to the Iron Sheik. Sheik.
I'm like a tech with
Come on in, Sheik. We're gonna run out of time. It's getting late.
Oh, sorry, Joey.
And the bad thing about it is, you came in, your volume was low in the beginning, all of a sudden it came in. But I know what you was doing.
Oh, damn. Let me do it again. Ronbo!
Yeah.
My man! What's the name you're playing? Shout out to Joey Mahoney.
you and Bashar, man. Joey, I don't know what to tell you, man. You're going to come back in and reinstate yourself, or they're going to take over that one. Oh, man.
Trademark.
Yes.
What's going on, Ronbo? What's happening tonight?
Yeah, no, we're just looking around and noticing that we're gonna lose some weight next year as far as heavy contracts. And like Kyle says, Garçon and Mitchell, Smith, they all know how the game works. So they're probably already. Kyle lightweight told them during that media conference, and then he ends up by saying, "But that's the only reason why you're asking these questions." So I can tell you guys, they're fine. They're not done yet.
Yeah. Plus, we got $60+ million, Rombo. We got to spend that money. That cheddar is just waiting for spending, Rombo.
You're going to get more money than that if you let those guys go. Those front-loaded contracts they got means they get a little severance and say goodnight. So that means the 49ers, $60 million, you know the cap just got raised, right? So they have right now a minimum of $70 million without having done a thing. If it goes to $14 million, like some think it's going to do, then it's going to be $74 million. We're nearing $100 million again.
Just imagine if they don't get tagged, Romo. If we get Lawrence or Clowney, and then we get Bose on the other side.
Man, it's getting hard to keep an edge rusher, Sheik. I just don't get my hopes up because those teams know better than let their edge rusher go. Because all of a sudden you become us. Tagged. You know, you can't get a pass rush going without that edge presence. So.
You know, I was like thinking about this. Just say, for example, I doubt it. We're going to win a game this next 3 games. But if we do go in the second, I say trade back. And, obviously the Jags or the Giants want a quarterback. Trade down. And if freaking Clowney or Lawrence gets tagged, give up our first round. But we get more picks, so then we could come back again and go in the late rounds if we get Clowney or whoever. Because, how I look at it, Rombo, we are missing his edge. If Bosa's not there, there's other guys that they're dropping. There's Montez Sweat. There's Farrell. He's also dropping a little bit. There's other needs as well that we could go grab in the second round, third round. We need more picks. We need a lot of depth in this team. D-backs, safeties, I think that's a concern. Shout out to Marcel Harris. He's doing his thing. But I really believe that Colbert and Tart, that's another guy. I don't know if he said his name. Tart is in the out. I think he's going to get traded with Armstead. That might add more to the cap.
The trade is going to be equal money, though, right?
Money, Rumble. Yeah, about that same. Yeah.
Unless you trade for draft picks, it's another story, though. So yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, Rambo. There's a lot of things going on. Thank God. Sorry, Trey. Everybody misses. Everybody misses in picks, draft shows, or free agent loves, and this and that. But Cousins, man, he looks like crap. God damn,
I knew that's where he was going with that. I knew it. You can always tell when somebody's apologizing to somebody. Sorry, but you made a bad selection, and everybody does it. But Kirk Cousins sucks. Swamp water.
I knew it. Like when we were like in talks with dude, he's a stat guy. He's not a winning quarterback. I don't want that. It's gonna be back to the Redskins. I don't know. It's gonna be. He's not a guy that you can build around. He was all hype. And Minnesota, I'm just shocked. Minnesota is supposed to be that talent of great players. They got the wide receivers. They got that elite defense they had. And they fell off, Ronbo. And that's what the thing. Quarterback is key. That's why Jimmy G was a perfect choice. That was a steal. Yeah, he was injured, but the thing is, he's the heel. He's hungry. He wants to fight. And I think he's a great quarterback, Ronbo. And I could just see it. He gives us those 6 wins. Yeah, he got that loss, but then he got hurt. But the thing is, we got the talent and offensive line. We got, obviously, Staley for, like, the next couple of years. McGlinchey, he's definitely stepping up. The only position that we have to worry about is center and guard. Yeah, Richford is, but he's kind of – he's been a little bit up and down all year. I don't know about what you think about Richford, Ronbo.
I know he's got an injured knee. Weston Richburg's not a bad center, and I can assure you he's not going anywhere. But you know what? That is probably you're going to see the process with an offensive line takes time. So we often expect too much too quickly. An offensive line is something you got to wait on. They came together this year. They need 2 years together. We need an offensive line that plays together more than one season together. Next year, you're going to get a treat. I almost guarantee it. So we'll see.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Ronbo. Would you trade back if you just say we fell off in this the first round, the first overall pick? Would you trade down, or would you stick pat and get the best player available?
Let me answer that question for you off because we got to go. We're out of time because we're going to run out of time. I'm trying to get everybody in. But I'm going to answer that question immediately, okay?
You got it, man.
All right, fam.
Yeah,
talk to you later.
definitely. All right, bro. And before I go, Ronbo, my uncle, shout out to him.
Hey!
He beat cancer today. Today, and I'm so happy.
Yes!
He got surgery. He beat fuck cancer. And if he could do this, anybody could do it. Everybody goes down in life, but guess what? You stand up, you fight. If you beat that, you could beat anything, man.
Congratulations. That is so I love those kind of stories. Man, that's wow. That's awesome, Sheik. Yeah. I am so happy for that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Faithful! Hit that like for Ronbo Sports. And Ronbo, can you give my uncle a shout out, a Niner call for him?
I can do it. What's your uncle's name?
His name is Hoji.
Hoji. Nice way. Hoji.
Yeah.
Hoji!
Yeah.
You're a 49er fan? You're my brother, man. Niners! And good fight. Yeah! All right, Sheik.
Fuck cancer. Hit that like.
All right, fam. Talk to you later.
Yeah.
Man, that's a great thing. Hey, Tyler.
Can I get a Tuesday night? Let me holler at you.
Uh-oh. We do have a SmackDown. And here comes Tyler with Let Me Holler at You.
Coach Shanahan. Let me holler at you.
I know.
What in the hell is chocolate door? What does that mean?
But Tyler, you don't like his signals?
No, I just want to know what it means.
Well, you're never going to find out. And it probably changes from week to week.
Nah. I don't know. It wouldn't change. I don't think so. I don't think it would change anyway.
It's code. And Shanahan you got to remember, he was mic'd up. There's no way he's going to say or do anything that's going to jeopardize anybody else watching or listening.
Yeah, I know. I want to know what made him think of that. There's never chocolate on a door.
I want the whole door to be chocolate. If you're as crazy about chocolate as I am, I would think I just entered heaven walking through that door. What? This door's made of chocolate? Oh my God! That would just do it for me.
Yeah. And then, after that, it wasn't even the touchdown to Kittle. It was a big gain or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, he looks up. He's like, ah!
I know. It's fun to see with that emotion.
I was like, dude.
I've never seen him celebrate like that.
And then
they never
Juice
show
caught
that.
a slant. He's like Juice is a beast, man.
I know.
Something like that.
Yeah. But he keeps the rhetoric going on the sideline. I didn't know he was that noisy over there. So it was fun miking him up.
Yeah, and it was also funny because Sherman went up to him after Kittle got that touchdown. He's like,
Good call.
he's over 1,000, and then he's like he's over 1,000, and then Shanahan, like, it seemed kind of random. He's like, man, that's awesome. Sherman the high five.
Well, he says, but what did he say, Sherman? About his play calling? Well, did he say you're hot today or something like that?
He's like you're feeling yourself today.
Yeah. Gotta love this team, man. We got some characters.
Yeah, and then Richburg is like, you need to call that play every down.
Yeah, because but
Joe
it
Staley
depends
is like
on who's
Kittle's a
running
beast,
it, though.
man.
Oh man, the team is ready. They just had bad luck this year.
Nick
God,
Mullins is better than Kirk Cousins. I'm gonna say it right now.
I think you said that the other day, didn't you? Was that you?
That wasn't me.
Somebody already made that claim. I thought that was pretty funny. And he looks like he knows more than what he's doing. Next, but a couple of weeks he will be.
One thing I don't like about Nick is as soon as he catches a snap from the shotgun, he doesn't drop back anymore. He just stands right there.
And
that's one thing that bothers me.
Richburg steps on his feet. Take a 2-step back at least, Nick. Jesus.
I mean, like, even in the shotgun, I want him to catch it and back up a little bit. He just catches it and stands there. That kind of bothers me because that's how you get problems. But
yeah, Nick is thinking if I quickly find my receiver, I can get rid of that ball. It takes a certain amount of time to take your 2-step drop, 3-step drop, whatever you're taking, right? But if you just immediately find your receiver, yeah. But he's going to get his feet stepped on every week, and I'm sick of that.
Yeah, I mean, he looks good. Like, honestly, I'm sick of Shanahan saying, "Oh, it's going to be a competition in the offseason for the backup job." No, it's not. You know good and well right now that it's not.
He's got to say that though. Hey, you don't want to discourage
CJ. If he beats the Seahawks this weekend, we ain't beat them at all since like 2014 or something, 2013.
Yeah, how old were you last time we beat the Hawks? We must have been 4 or 5 years old.
No. Last time it was like 2013.
Oh,
so
yeah, that was
5 years ago. So
that's right. We beat
like
them at Candlestick. That's right. That's the last time we beat them. So yeah,
I was like 10 years old.
Yeah, at least you still remember. Because you know what? The Hawks are going to come in thinking we're going to wrap up a playoff spot. All we got to do is beat down the 49ers. And then the whole locker room breaks
and
out.
And then Russell Wilson's going to throw a pick on the first play again.
Jesus. They think we're a joke, Tyler. I guarantee you they think we're a joke.
No, then Russell Wilson's going to throw a pick on the first play like he did last year.
I'd love that. Yeah, I remember the play, too. That was safety. Eric Reed, yeah.
Yeah. That was awesome. But you know what? We had C.J. Beathard playing, so we knew we didn't have a chance. Like the thing is, Jimmy came in and scored a touchdown within a minute. Like honestly, if Jimmy was playing, they would have been dead meat. Like he didn't even know the system. They would have been dead meat the whole game. And the funny thing is, you watched that play. They threw that touchdown to Lewis Murphy. Lewis Murphy's actually more open than you think. It was just a great throw.
No, I know.
I could see why he threw it. Like I saw the angle behind him.
Yeah, and
it's
that's
not like
the
he
thing
just
Jimmy
threw it to throw it.
It's like Jimmy, his mind calculates like a calculus book. Before he throws the ball, that ball seems to get right and connects it with his brain links or something.
Yes.
I mean, he puts that ball in place where I don't know how the hell did he squeeze that ball into
exactly.
that spot.
And then you watched that on that same touchdown. You know how he rolled to his left? He saw Lewis Murphy headed that way, and he's like, I got to get over there. If he just stood there, he wouldn't have been able to get it to him.
Right.
So he's like, I got to get out to the left, too.
That kind of intelligence. See, that's why I say Jimmy G is more. People crying about. And NFL Network, the dude brings. I'm going to tell you right now, $100 million, this million, he added up some incredible amount of money. And their winning total, they got 6, 7, I think he's 7 wins, 8 wins. I says, see, here we go with this.
8-2, yeah.
He mentioned Jimmy. I said, man, Jimmy hasn't played this year. Shut up. All right, that's all right. Next year, Tyler, next season. We got to go now, though, huh?
It's going to be disgusting, man. Like, honestly, like I said this last year, but you could see he's building an offensive juggernaut. Pettis, I think they might trade or release Garçon after this year.
Yeah, they have to, because
I think they'll trade him, actually. Yeah. In the offseason. And then you have Pettis, who's going to – obviously he's showing what he can do. I think Goodwin will still be here, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Because
You got to have that speed factor.
Even though he's not catching passes.
Well, he's
all
not
the
getting many
time,
targets now. That'll
he's
change,
blowing the
though.
top off the defense.
That's the
Yeah,
point.
but Jimmy G loves him, so Jimmy G will be getting him.
See. And they'll run
plus,
a different,
as I said,
different offense to them. We got to go, Tyler. We really
as
got
I
to go.
previously said, never mind. All right.
All right, yeah, let me see Friday. All right?
Yeah.
We run out of time like that. When we're having a good time, we run out of time like that. All right. Giovanni Garcia.
Pipe bomb.
All right, Tyler. Good night. Giovanni Garcia. Niners! Thanks, Phil. And it's Kenny, Bosa, Graham, Need, Truck. Now, much love. Hey, Kenny, are you having... what are you drinking, Kenny? Share your beverage, man. Oh, and Easy the Third, before you go, what do you think about Tyree Robinson? Hey, listen, about college players, send me... guys, hey, start sending me these guys' names. I'm on all social media, and I'll go check them out. Because right now, I haven't done my college player homework yet. All right, let's go to Roberto. Roberto.
What up?
You, fam.
What up, fam?
Roberto.
What's up?
We're planning, Roberto. Like, we got the planning committee in here tonight. We're planning on the future. You know what I'm saying? We know we're going to be badass as soon as we can keep guys healthy. That's all it is. That's all it is. An edge rusher and get everybody healthy. That's a miracle.
That's how it is. Yeah, Ronbo. So, what's up?
That is it. That's what we're talking about. But Roberto, what are you thinking, man, about your 49ers tonight, man? You got the Hawks coming up this week. All they need to do is win one more game, and they're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You got the Rams. They're going to play us hard because they can't afford to take no chances, tied up with the New Orleans Saints. So if we could hurt the Rams' feelings in that last game, even they come with all they got. I want to beat them more than I do the Hawks.
Oh. And you know the Coliseum is gonna the faithful's gonna show up. Stupid Conrad.
Get it under control, Roberto. Is it okay?
Hey, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Like I said, like the Coliseum, is gonna be full of people. Well, it's gonna show up.
Who?
The faithful.
Hey, as a matter of fact, Roberto, there's bad news because the Raiders seem to be getting into a fight with the Oakland government, or should I say the city legislation. They may be using our park in the very near future. Because, Jed, I think the city of Santa Clara will allow them to play in our house.
Oh, hell no. Get your ass out of here. You ain't playing in my house.
They might.
No.
It's either
No.
It's either us or where the Chargers are playing, or they're going to Reno or Vegas. If Vegas has got another venue they could put them in, but Oakland is putting them out of Oakland. You fired Reggie McKenzie? Get your ass out of here.
Man, they can move. They can go to the. They can move to the Chargers Stadium, but not our house. No,
They can play. They should play at Oakland Tech or McClymonds.
Oh yeah, hey, you know where they should play?
Where?
You know where? At the casino.
and play in the casino too.
Yeah, that's good.
Roberto, I got to tell you though, man. Whatever they're building right now, it probably is going to be an indoor facility because it's too hot in Vegas, right? It's going to be an indoor facility surrounded by casinos and shows and everything else. People going to be watching everything but the Raiders.
Oh, yeah. And they're going to be again. And they're going to be... Hey, and it's going to be full of girls, too. And all the Raider players are going to be distracted by the girls. So when they play a game at Vegas, they ain't gonna play right because they're gonna be thinking about the ladies.
Gonna be too weak from them super massages.
Yeah, they're gonna be thinking about the drink, about the beer, the ladies, the strippers, the vodka, the tequila,
Roberto!
the
Hey!
Coronas, everything.
Roberto, this is the family program. We don't talk about the Vegas girls.
I
Come
know
on.
the Vegas cheerleaders.
Okay, Vegas Vegas cheerleaders is better.
Yeah, the Vegas cheerleaders.
They'll be cheering, "Go Raiders, go!" Cocktails, cigarettes, "Go Raiders, go!"
Oh shit! Hey,
Roberto, now you got me talking crazy. Roberto,
like this. Go cheerleader, go cheerleader, go.
Roberto, what are you gonna do with the first round pick? I'm talking some football here. What are you gonna do? Are we keeping that first round pick? Because Sheik asked me a minute. What are you gonna do with that first round pick? I've already said if we don't get the edge rusher, I'm going with that first round pick. I'm going to get that edge rusher. I gotta have it. I'm sick of the edge being freaking for rushers. You want more picks? Roberto, we only got 5 picks this year. So what are you gonna do?
Oh man, I'm gonna get the edge rusher. Oh yeah.
All right.
We need an edge rusher right now. We need it already because.
As a matter of fact, we needed it yesterday. I agree.
Because we can't rush the passer.
I know.
Hey, Ronbo.
Yeah, we got to go, Roberto. I'll tell you what. I'm save it for Friday and start from the beginning on that because we're going to run out of time.
Hey, Ronbo.
I'm listening.
Hey, shout out to Ronbo. Shout out to J Rock. Shout out to youngn.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy 49 cents.
Yeah.
My boy, shout out to MC McCarver Jr.
There you go.
Over down in the TTC.
Yeah.
And the TTC. And shout out to Nighthawks. And shout out to MC Niner.
Roberto, he didn't leave anybody out tonight, did he? All right, Roberto. Thanks, fam.
MC Niner.
Yeah.
Cat. Meow.
He's talking MC's his mother tongue. He doesn't even talk kid anymore. All right, Roberto.
Hey, Roberto.
Yo.
MC Niner should sleep. All right, Roberto. Peace out.
Peace out, Roberto.
See you Friday. Peace out, man.
Be looking for you. All right. Oh, God. All right. It's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. So, I got my I hit that note a little too hard. So
you go ahead.
Were you ever a Kirk Cousins guy? Were you with me and Trey?
I was starting to lean towards that pick because there were no other better options out there.
Yeah. Because we didn't have
but then
many
I
of us.
slowly started to look at them more, and then I got off that train really fast. And I was looking actually forward to the draft, and then I started leaning towards more Patrick Mahomes.
And that would have been a good
Deshaun
choice.
Watson and stuff like that. Oh yeah.
But Kirk Cousins, we dodged the bullet. Kyle wanted him badly. Remember?
Yeah.
My
God.
God.
He threw a tantrum. By himself. I mean, like he.
Well, no, he was not happy.
Wanted him.
And in fact, we find out now that a little while after Jimmy arrived, Kirk was not off the table with Kyle, and that scared me to death. Even when I found out about it later. Damn, Kyle.
But yeah, you are totally throwing my week off by coming on tonight because I thought you were gonna be on last night and
we were
waiting
supposed
for
to
you and everything like that. And so yeah. But I understandable. But it's just like totally throwing me off. You know what I mean? Like because they were so used to Monday Night Raw and everything like that. But I can't express this enough. Stay off the Bosa train, everyone. Okay.
I forgot about Show's got to think about Bosa.
Off of it. Please stay off of it.
How come?
There are better edge rushers in the draft, and are not. There are better rushers than him in the draft. Yeah, but there are better edge rushers in free agency this year too.
Well, yeah, but can we?
And
get
plus,
any
you guys
of them?
keep forgetting. You guys keep forgetting we have almost a 10 sack player on our team right now in DeForest Buckner, and so you sign one in free agency, then that's all the help that we need right there. Is as far as going to draft one, we're not going to be drafting one if we sign one in free agency.
I'll bet you nobody will disagree with that. But who are you going to get? I don't think anybody's leaving Texas. I really don't. Then you got Ziggy Ansah.
They can't pay J.J. Watt, and they cannot pay Jadeveon Clowney too, because they still have to pay Deshaun Watson, and they still have to pay Deshaun Watson, and they also just paid a huge amount of money to DeAndre Hopkins too. So
you got to pay
there's
Hopkins.
That, yeah. So they're not paying Clowney and J.J. Watt the same amount of money, so they have to let one of them go.
This is J.J.'s second contract, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd really appreciate if they let J.J. go. We'll take him.
Well, he's too injured. He's injured more than Clowney. So
yeah, and he loves Texas. He would not be the same if he had to leave Texas.
He would not leave Texas after he just left. After he just raised that money for that.
He's married to Texas.
Definitely. But I've felt like I've been on an island by myself on your show ever since I called in, since I'm the only one off here that talks about offense. And I am finally glad to start to listen to callers waking up and realizing that how valuable and how important, and I'm going with this, a number one receiver is. Yeah. And I am so glad that Julio Jones is everyone's option right now, because not only did he reach another 1,400-yard season when they're trying to phase him out of Atlanta, he will change our offense dramatically, like Amari Cooper did to Dallas's offense.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're Julio Jones. There. Yeah. Now you're talking. Okay. If one's going to get another receiver, Julio will be the guy. Yeah. I got no problem with that.
But the only receiver I am keeping on this team next year, Ronbo, and I don't care whose feelings I hurt with this comment, is Dante Pettis. We are remodeling this whole entire receiving core, Ronbo, okay? Yeah. We haven't had a number one receiver since 2003. That is
Terrell Owens.
How many years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't like Michael Crabtree?
No.
I didn't either.
That drama queen, no.
Well, I liked him, but he wasn't doing nearly as much work as he should have been.
I would have loved to have seen him play against Richard Sherman this year, though. I know that. I would have loved to have Richard Sherman cover Crabtree in a different uniform. That would have been funny to see. But that didn't happen. But the only receiver I am keeping on this team next year is Dante Pettis. I know we're all in love with and like Marquise Goodwin, but what did I tell you about liking players and liking people? If they are not producing and not helping you win, then bye-bye.
Yeah, but but Kyle's always going to have a speed guy. So if it's not Marquise, it's going to be somebody else. So that's not going to come under the column of number one receiver as folks who look for that player. Whoever gets as a speed merchant is not going to be a number one option. So and
he only produced 393 yards this season.
He was hurt. He's a
unacceptable.
He's a 1,000-yard receiver.
He's always hurt.
He's a 1,000-yard receiver. He is capable of 1,000 yards. He's already proven that. If he stays healthy.
That's all he's capable of, though.
Dante was out this year.
That's it.
Julio was out this year. It happens.
Julio put up 1,400 yards this year. He wasn't out the whole entire year.
But you still define a player by his capability. You don't always look at him being injured. You define him by his capability. Goodwin is a 1,000-yard rusher with 4.2 speed. Nobody blows that off. That's very serious. So if you're going to use that as a measure, that's going to be thrown out of this court. But if you're going to get Julio Jones, he's big, he's fast. I'll go with that. I need a speed guy out there to make the rest of that offense work. You saw what happened when Marquise came back. All of a sudden, George Kittle goes buck wild. Dante Pettis gets another touchdown.
Marquise disappears, though. That's the problem.
He doesn't disappear. Nick Mullins is the quarterback. You got to take all things into consideration. Nick Mullins is the quarterback. When Jimmy G was there, Marquise was busy for 4 quarters. You can't blame the receiver if he's not getting hit with shots. He can't play unless a quarterback throws him the ball.
Do you want to be another 2-14 team, or do you want to be a 10?
That's not going to be due to Marquise Goodwin. That's going to be
no,
due.
it's not going to be due to Marquise Goodwin, but it's going to be due to players who actually produce touchdowns for you and win for you.
I got to have a quarterback.
Marquise doesn't do that.
I got to have a quarterback to hit my receivers.
Definitely.
I can't blame my receiver if my quarterback's not hitting him. Marquise was running around there open this game. Nick Mullins chose another option.
Dante's the only receiver I'm keeping next year. I'm sorry, but we're remodeling his whole entire quarter.
Fortunately, you're not going to make the last choice, Joe. Although I got to give you credit, you have made some right choices.
I can think of a better upgrade than Marquise Goodwin, and that's Adam Humphries out of Tampa Bay, who would be a hell of a slot receiver for us.
Slot receiver.
He is with Tampa right now.
No, I don't want a slot
receiver. He's a slot receiver in Tampa.
I want a guy.
That's what Marquise is right now. He's a slot receiver. He's not.
No, he's learning.
He's better in the slot than he is on the left or right hand side, Ronbo.
He can be whatever he wants to be at 5.42 speed. He runs the entire route tree anyway. We got two guys that can do that. Dante can too. He can run the slot.
If you're not scoring me touchdowns, I don't want you on this team.
I know.
I'm sorry.
You got to look at Kyle's. You got to look at Kyle's offense better. And you'll understand why you don't just throw people away just to be thrown away to bring in another guy that you think is a golden boy. It doesn't work that way in his offense.
It's not about being a golden boy. It's about winning, Ronbo. That's the bottom line.
You're talking about golden boys. You're giving me golden boys, and you're not looking at the entire
There's a reason why we would scrubbed off of primetime games, because nobody wants to see what we have on the field right now, Ronbo. Even with Jimmy Garoppolo, we would have been scrubbed off that primetime game.
If you think so, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think we would have won games.
I think so.
If you give me all of Kyle's offense, you're not losing every game show. And this, I can guarantee. If you're going to call it like it is now, and you're going to judge a team after it's hurt, you're in the wrong in that. You judge a team at full strength. If you wait till they get hurt and say they suck, then you're overlooking something that really is important. And you know it.
We cannot keep going. I'm tired of losing, Ronbo. That's it. I want winners on our team. I want winners who produce. I want winners who score touchdowns. And we don't have that right now, Ronbo. The only ones that are scoring touchdowns for us right now are George Kittle and Dante Pettis. That's it.
All right.
That is it. Even with Jimmy Garoppolo.
In that case, get rid of every last one of the players around them and start all over again. Now, what kind of nucleus you got?
Exactly.
You got one that knows nothing about Shanahan's offense.
The nucleus is not working, Ronbo. It is not working.
Why is it not working? Why is it not working? Because you say it's all about the personnel, right?
It's all about the players, Ronbo, how they produce.
Personnel,
they're not producing.
players, whatever you
Chemistry is great and all, but if you don't produce, then what's the point of chemistry?
I got different players out there every week. I got defense, I got different players out there every week. On offense, I got every other player as a different player every week. You're not going to build, you can bring in 30 new guys. Same thing's going to happen. And they can all be all pros. Same thing's going to happen.
Look at what the Rams are doing, Ronbo. They are winning and are in the playoffs for the second year.
How many guys are missing on that? How many guys are missing out of that lineup? How many guys are missing out of that lineup from week to week?
There's only one that's missing out of the lineup right now, and that's Cooper Kupp.
Thank you.
That's one guy.
Answer my question.
Out of 53.
You answered my question, though. If I got the same guys on the field every week, we got chemistry. We know what they say. When he breathes in, I know when to breathe out. When he goes left, I know he's going there before he goes. If he's going up the middle, the ball will be there when he gets there. This is about him building continuity. You keep changing personnel, and you got that. We're not on the same page from week 1 to week 16.
I want to win, Ronbo, and continuity.
You want to win, but you don't know what it's going to take to make it win. All you know is switch the players. We're not winning, switch the player. We're not winning, switch the player. Pretty soon you got this round robin going of players, and you're not 2-14.
Ronbo,
you're
the Patriots do it every year. They switch players every year, and they're still in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They don't care about continuity or chemistry.
No,
they don't give a shit about that. They just want you to do your damn job.
Well,
and
keep the same players and build the chemistry. That's what the Rams did from last year. They changed 2-3 players, and they got used to them. That's okay. But they still got Gurley. They got Golf. They got that offensive line. Let's go. You get another guy on defense, a couple guys in here and there. You plug in like the Patriots do. You don't switch your entire personnel. You're going to get killed.
Well, the Patriots don't seem like they'd be getting killed every year. They switch their personnel around every year. So
They plug and play.
Yeah, exactly. That is
They
what
got a
we need
few.
to do.
They don't. It's not a complete revamp.
It seems like it every year. That's a revamp because the only ones left that are there are Tom Brady, Chris Hogan, and Julian Edelman and Gronk. That's it.
And
they bring in more players every year.
All right. We'll continue this Friday, as we
All right.
always do.
You know I love you, fam. You know I love you, man. So it's always
here, fam.
good debating you, and we just have a disagreement.
Let's continue this. We're not done. I'll see you Friday.
Oh, yeah. All right, man. Shout out to everyone. Good night.
It's Big Show. And he makes good points. I don't disagree with everything he's saying, but I do not like making all those switches all the time. Hey, Jersey Joe.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, JJ, I hear the sound of a is that a little girl or a child, or is that the wife? Who is that?
Hi, Ronbo.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, we're fine again. Man, Big Show, man, you just let Show yap. No.
I know we got carried away. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you wait. Show always gets you warmed up when he does that. Because he's always coming in and throwing all my players out. He picks on my players on purpose. He doesn't throw anybody else's players out. He just throws mine out. He's getting rid of my boy Goodman.
The one player I will give him, and I've probably never said it, but I've never liked Kendrick Bourne, Ronbo. He's okay. He's an okay player, but I just don't like how he is.
He's a
little flash, and I'm with Show with that. I've never really liked Bourne.
Kendrick's a role player. He's not gonna be a frontline player, but he comes in and makes these crazy plays suddenly. That's what I like about him.
Yeah.
And Kyle sort of explained that way too. He says Kendrick Bourne, in the role we have him in, so he's that guy that comes in and suddenly does things. Yeah. He's not on the field all the time.
This dude, he's the main reason. Jerry is the main reason because every time I saw him, and he said it too in his little documentary, he's always precise, shirt tucked in. He was flawless. And then I looked at somebody like Kendrick, he just looked like trash. I'm like, come on, man.
Okay, but what do you think about Trent Taylor this year, though?
Where's he been? I've only seen him a couple times. He hasn't dropped too many balls though either.
No, but the thing is, this is what I'm saying. We have our favorite players, spotlight guys. Trent Taylor's an awesome player, but this year he hasn't done much. Actually, you look between the two of them, Kendrick's done more than he has. But this is the thing. I think Kyle's picked out the guys, all of them play a part on this team. This is why I'm saying there's no way I'd continue to bring this guy in, bring this guy in. That experiment needs to end at some point, and you stay with the guys you got, and you roll with them in order to get there. Because now you've developed something that you're never going to build if you keep on switching players. This is my gripe. You let those guys that are getting it done, let them continue to get it done. You don't like the flash and Kendrick and that, but the guys scored how many touchdowns this year? You got to be careful of the guys you get rid of and the guys you bring in, because you could fail in that. You could run a risk and go ahead and do it. I agree with that. But you got to be careful when you're throwing players out on just the strength of, I don't like this guy. You got to look at numbers and stats a little more harder.
I just got my tree. You see my tree? With a one little helmet up there. But now I hear that. Hey, Rob, I actually wanted to call me because I go into work early and I watch hey, Niner fam, if you guys want to laugh, go back to the In Your Place and watch Ronbo the last 10 minutes of that damn.
I was upset.
I almost crashed. I was laughing so hard. And then you go to the Raider game and start commentating on that. I'm like,
because everybody's complaining, don't win another game. We're going to lose our number one pick. And so I'm sort of feeling that, but I'm sick of losing. It's a weird feeling. I mean, Georgia, you going through it? I hate losing. I want that number one pick, but I'm sick of losing. So if the Raiders are going to help us out, we can have our cake and eat it too this week. We can win and maintain that position. Yes, I was the biggest Raider fan I've ever been in my life.
I knew you were mad because, and I'm gonna tell you, Ron, it's your show. Cuss all you want, man. I heard you. Like, what the fuck is that? I was like, oh.
I know. That was an emotional moment. Because I know there's a lot of kids that watch it. I like kids a lot. I don't want them seeing Uncle Rod getting crazy like that. So I don't do it. I don't discourage anybody else. Sometimes people want to talk that way. I'm not going to get mad, but I try not to do it,
Yeah.
So.
But
yeah,
anyway, I wanted
man.
to point that out. But all I gotta say, faithful. Just stay faithful. Honestly, like we're going in our third year with Shanahan. We got the same players. Can you imagine? We're stacked at running back. We're stacked. We're ready.
God. I should ask Show about that. Does he want to switch running backs too? I think we got we've got the number one running back crew in the league right now. We really do. One weak running back.
I don't know what his problem is with Marquise. What's the deal there? Like you said too, even though he didn't do much on this last game, he did do a lot.
He has, yes.
He had everybody was cover Marquise, and all of a sudden George Kittle he's always been having good games, but he had a better game.
But went berserk, right? 210, and he could have got more if Kyle would have called his number. Wow, man!
I still haven't seen that video. I was watching a little bit, I guess, where he's mic'd up. I only saw like the first minute. I gotta go back and watch it. But.
George? Yeah, they did have mic'd up. Seems like they have everybody mic'd.
No, with Kyle.
Oh, Kyle, I know. Kyle was cheering, wasn't he? God, he was in a good mood.
Yeah. All right, Ronbo. That's all. I just wanted to say what's up.
All right, Jersey.
Really wanted to comment on that. What you said yesterday. I was rolling.
Drinking Go Raiders! Come on! Remember that moment. Come on, Raiders! Oh my God! I've never said that. Go what? Oh! Under no circumstances do you ever want the Raiders to win. But I did this there. Wow. Mm-hmm. Jersey, I hope that doesn't happen often. I really do. That's disgusting.
Next year, all I know is I'm probably going to have a bunch of heart attacks. All these games are. When we win is when I get scared.
I know, right? Especially if we get like 8 or 9 at Jersey, 8 or 9, 10 wins into the season. That's when you're really going to start losing weight. Because you know what? When we're sitting there watching that game, every play is going to scare the bejesus out of you. But I look forward to that feeling again. We haven't had that in years.
That last Super Bowl, that's like the biggest kick in the nuts ever. You go to the Super Bowl and you lose it.
Oh, that was
the
bad.
worst feeling ever.
I almost had to check into a hospital after that game. I know, yeah, man. Woo! All right, JJ, Jersey Joe in the house. What's that little girl at? Tell her I said goodbye.
I'll give a shout out to my buddy Tyson, who just sent me a message on Facebook right here.
Cool. Hey, Tyson. All right, fam.
All right, guys.
Look at that, JJ. Oh, God. Anyway. Hey, Dustin. Dustin.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Dustin.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Dustin, man, I was sitting back here, man. We're just going over players we're getting rid of, and going over players who should be doing better, and how we figure we're going to do next year. Looking at our running backs and saying, what? Looking at our front line. Give me an edge rusher. Dustin, we're going in all directions, man. Choose your path. What's up?
I think I might be super biased. Well, I think we good offensively. Once Jimmy and Jared come back, we're going to be rolling. You know what I mean? We're rolling already, you know?
I think so.
I imagine when Jimmy, he only going to be working on his footwork, so we're going up from there, you know?
Yeah.
On Sunday night, when y'all was talking about Sherman, not breaking on the ball, I was kind of thinking, we saw the training videos of him breaking, his footwork was, it was looking pretty good. And I believe he's still healing but he relied on his intelligence, And True. I think he's scared of getting so beat. He'd rather give up the 5 yards than give up the 30, Because I think Robert Saleh's system, you need more of a field general safety than, a risk taker, And I believe we have too much risk takers,
Well,
I just hope we get, somebody like a field general where they can just put people in position, and be like, hey, bro, you know what I mean?
Like
Sherman can play his regular game,
like Fred Warner. Fred Warner's good at that. But in the secondary, it's another story. I don't know. Man. But Rich, but
I feel like they play hero ball, you know?
Yeah.
They try to play hero ball because like, oh fuck, we losing. You know what I mean? Let me try to be the hero. You know? Nah, man, just leave
they
the job.
screw up doing that too.
Stay home,
we see
bro.
that. Yeah. You know though, if Sherman thinks he can get a jump on a ball, it's usually because he has a quarterback figured out. See, people don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
They think it's all about the receiver. With Sherman, it's all about the quarterback. He knows what the guy's going to do before the guy does it. At least he used to. That's how. And people make jokes about Crabtree. It was never Crabtree. It was Cap. Sherman knew what Cap was going to do. He knew Cap's capability, and he played on that. He knew where the ball was going to go. They say if Cap would have put that ball up 6 inches higher, the 49ers win that game. Sherm knew about Cap's accuracy. Sherm could throw hard. I mean, Cap could throw hard and fast, but he never threw a guy open. He waited till he got open. He relied on that athleticism and the power of his arm to put that ball in there right quick. That plays in the hands of a guy like Sherman. See? So that's why Sherman's brilliant, but he don't need the athleticism that people think he does. He knew he couldn't get a jump on that.
I don't believe it's a neat thing. I believe he's like, look, bro, I'd rather give up this 5 than this fucking 30, you know?
And a touchdown. Exactly.
Yeah. Like I don't know, man. Every time I see a safety, they run in full speed trying to catch somebody. Like, man, where you was? What you doing back there?
And overran. So true. Oh, and we see. I do love our safety from Colbert. Colbert has to learn that job too. Colbert was running 90 miles an hour in the wrong way, and Colbert is so fast that when he runs the wrong way, it's serious because there's no way he's going to recover because he's covered so much ground going to the wrong spot.
That's why I don't watch college ball, because that shit fool you. You know what I mean? It's like, look, I think I can cover back and forth 50 yards. No, not in the NFL, dog. Can't do that out here. They're faster than your ass.
Yes, indeed. So but
and
they're getting there.
Big Show thing with that whole changing shit, man. I think Big Show, man. I don't think you played ball before, you know, because when you play ball, bro, that's the last thing you like do is swap motherfuckers in and out, you know.
I know, because they could come in,
especially basketball. You know what I mean? Like basketball, you gotta know, like, all right, if this, you know what I mean? The ball, if I don't pay attention to this dude, the ball gonna come straight to my face. You know what I mean?
I know exactly.
It's all chemistry. And he said the Patriots only supplement like 1 or 2 dudes, a running back and like a out guy. You know what I mean? They don't substitute the in guys.
Every year, Edelman and Brady have been there forever. They don't mind running backs because running backs don't have anything to do but run.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they'll get this year's running back is leaving. They just, Belichick keeps his nucleus and he plugs in. The Rams think they're going to do the same thing, but they don't have
time versus time, whatever. They go off season and it's always Hogan and Julian and sometimes Gronk go up there with Tom and they practice all off season. You cannot tell me that's not chemistry.
Yes, it doesn't get any harder than that. I mean? Yeah, you gotta keep guys in place so they get to know each other. They're not untalented. Of course they're talented. So
and right now they're young. The lights is bright. Wait until they get comfortable.
And turn into garbage and get too old. Exactly. You know, that's how you build a team. You gotta keep riding that.
You gotta keep them from young.
Yeah. They'll get it. And Shannon's not gonna switch everybody. So yeah, and it's just this. You know what? Everybody forgets. A lot of people forget. This is the second year of reassembling a team. We're not in our 4th or 5th year. It's year number 2. It's not even finished yet.
Anything you do, you just jump into them. You're gonna struggle in the beginning.
Yeah.
I think we put them on a pedestal. We gotta relax, man. They're human too, you know.
I know.
So we gotta be patient, y'all.
Yeah, it's coming up though. I got a feeling next year's gonna be serious though, because these guys, man.
Oh yeah.
They're playing faster and faster. It's a slow thing, but we're watching them play faster and faster and faster. You think about this game this last week. Exactly. Look at Dante Pettis. He's doing what he's expected to do now. That is going to go up to another level soon.
Once he put on muscle and he can come over the middle, He's not gonna be scared no more. That drops. He kind of scared. You know what I mean? We all play with a dude like that. You know what I mean? We all had that dude on our team. Like, you know, all right, dude. You know what I mean? Like, hey, bro. You know what I mean? You got a man up right here.
You got to get
Put
it done.
the bite on in your mouthpiece. You know what I mean?
And they always take offense to it when you call them out on it. But, you know, he'll get it.
Yeah,
he'll be okay.
man. What I got to do, man? Slap you in the face, man, or something? Come on, dog. Wake up.
We're trying to win this game.
I mean, come on, bro. You know what I mean? I just got blown on a play. You over here patty caking in the middle.
We got to go, fam. Let me check you out Friday if you get some time, huh? Be looking for you.
All right, Ronbo. Take care, bro. Be safe
you
out
too.
here. Hello. All right.
Hey.
And Derek Isom says, I'm new to the channel. In my opinion, we need offensive line help and running back help.
Derek, you're kidding, right? We need running back help? Derek, you messing with me, right? We need running back help? Really? Okay, now I know you're messing with me. Offensive line, I don't really agree with that, too. I would like to see some mistakes less, although the mistakes are a lot less than they used to be. Because, you know. Anyway, Night Empire. Hey, it was more like thank you, Steelers, for losing to the Raiders. I could have went that way. Yeah. That way I wouldn't have to be supporting the Raiders. Thank you, Steelers. That feels better, too. Thank you, Night Empire. You're so right. Thank you, Steelers, for sucking. Ben Roethlisberger, you're my hero, man. It was their fault. I agree. They were not doing their job. Who are the Raiders playing this week? I'm whoever they're playing with, no matter what happens, I'm calling out their name. Good move. Justin the Golden Buckeye Rose. What's up? Bethel. Not everybody's so great.
What's up, Ronbo?
Oh, Bethel. We're, as usual, we're going through all kind of dramatic changes, being 49er fans. And I hated rooting for the Raiders this weekend. Not everybody just made me realize, you don't have to root for them. Just thank the Steelers for being weak.
Yeah, give me for the next team. I got a good one for you because I'm all like, and this is, backs up your theory because, Goodwin, he does make a difference. If it wasn't for Goodwin, a lot of teams will not open up for the Niners in that game.
Exactly right.
And the
all those
Bears
games our receivers weren't open?
And the Bears are one good reason why, because look, the Bears does not have a lot of good defense, but they got Khalil Mack. They have to team Khalil Mack, even triple team Khalil Mack with 4 people, and that's it.
Ooh.
If it wasn't for Khalil Mack, that team would not be that good. But because they have Khalil Mack, he's that good.
Bethel, who is that guy? Who is that cornerback we wanted to get from the Bears? He's got how many INTs he's got this year? Oh, what's that guy's name? He killed us last year. And he was going to be a free agent. They re-signed him.
Real good this year.
Yeah, why? Because of the pass rush. There's a perfect example right there. You don't need to switch everybody to secondary. Bring a Khalil Mack in, and suddenly your secondary, everybody looks like stars. So right.
Yeah, because look at Ron.
No, that's his quarterback. Yeah.
Look at he was so scared. The coach didn't even know what to do. He was saying, I put my team in this, I put my team in that. No, your team put your team in that position.
Kyle Fuller.
They scored 6 points.
Yes.
Because of that play, look at what the defense did to the Rams. Nobody could do that to the Rams. Look at what the Bears team did.
Ooh, man. Did you see Jared Goff out there panicking? They beat Gurley's butt, and they had Goff just looking like, oh, my God, he's just throwing the ball everywhere. How many INTs? 4. Pass rush. Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush is number 1 priority. You get a pass rush, you can plug anybody in the secondary. That Chicago Bears pass rush, Kyle Fuller's able to have 100 INTs this year. Quarterbacks are scared back there. That's what oh, yes.
Yeah.
Glad you brought that up.
So, so that's a good example of one player that could do stuff. Look at the games that they lost. You know, Khalil Mack, wasn't in a lot of those games, and he was playing hurt, so they lost. You know, imagine we put in Jimmy G in there, and they'll be undefeated because of because of what players do, what one player does.
Right. Ooh, if they'd had
and
Khalil at the beginning of the year, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine, we don't have a lot of people in there, and look at what some of the stuff that we're doing. A lot of people didn't think that we will win this game. A lot of people thought we were going to lose this game.
I have to admit, I didn't think so either.
We thought we were going to get blow up. I didn't either,
I thought that we were going to Von Miller and Bradley Chubb. I thought they were going to just eat us up. They didn't.
Yeah, and look what happened. The games we think that we're going to lose, the games that we think we're going to, get blown out, we win.
Hey, Bethel, what do you, question though, Bethel, what do you think about this weekend? Are we going to get beat? Because see, the way I look at the Hawks right now, I'm thinking we're going to get beat again. I'm feeling I should think that way in order not to get beat. Because I thought, honestly, I gave my score, but I actually thought, oh man, can we get past them guys? God, I still refuse.
I think on the second half, Cairo wasn't really calling a lot of good plays because he didn't want to put everything out there because he was mic'd up. He didn't want to give all his stuff away, so he started playing. He thought that was going to be more consistent.
But you know what? The Broncos think that they schemed against George Kittle to stop them from hurting him. They if you listen to their comments, we just did some different things in the second half to make sure we contained George Kittle. We should have thought about it earlier. I'm laughing. You did not. They stopped calling Kittle's number.
No. Yeah, they did. And I think they could have given one more play towards the end because they could have easily, they had 4 plays on there. They could easily run out the clock until like 5 seconds, a high hit and throw a quick play to Kittle or something.
I know.
But, they try to play it, safe and, good thing it didn't cost us. It didn't cost us a game.
Yeah, and I don't want Kittle getting hurt anyway. I'm kind of glad he stopped calling his number. I wish he could have got 215. But yeah.
I'll give you a quick question to you, Ronbo. What you would prefer? To win the rest game and maybe give the, Seattle Seahawks, out of the playoffs or lose this game and get the draft pick?
Oh, no, you know what? I don't mind losing this game, but just don't have the Hawks blow us off the field like they did last week, or week before last. If we lose by a field goal, I'm almost okay with that. And I don't want to be a high score, but letting them have 40-something points cannot happen again. Not in my lifetime, please. Okay. Getting upset. Okay. But, hey, Bethel, let me see you Friday, okay? Because we're out of time.
All right. Yeah, because anyways, I'm actually driving to the Bay right now, so I'm going to be in the Bay. So, I'm on the earphones, but.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait,
everybody, I'm still wearing my Niner gear, still wearing my Niner hat. I'm still up in here, no matter what happens. But next year, we're going to be something great.
Guaranteed. All right, Bethel. Hey, I agree, too. All right, Bethel.
Let's go, Niners. And good show. And, keep up the good work like everybody says.
Thanks, Bethel.
And we'll see some big things.
All right, fam. I'll be looking for you Friday.
All right.
All right.
All right, Ronbo.
Thank you. And we quickly move out to Steph. Steph. Oh,
Ronbo.
Hey. Steph. How's it going, bro? Well, Steph, I always like to hear about Steph because Steph gets attacked from all angles when he gets to class, right? He's got a bunch of fans because living in New Mexico, you got Broncos fans, you got Cowboys fans, and then you got Steph. Steph, you guys got any Hawks fans over there as well?
We got a couple, but not as much. Thankfully.
How about Rams? I got a feeling the Rams bandwagon is going to load up a little bit between now and if they make it to the playoffs.
It's loading up, Ronbo. Yeah.
I knew it. Damn it. God,
Rams, Steelers, Cowboys, and Broncos.
Steelers you're gonna see that Steelers bus empty out though soon. If Roethlisberger loses another game and starts blaming people like he likes to do, that's gonna piss people off.
Yeah. Le'Veon's out of there already, so that's already a problem too.
That's hilarious. Bell stuck to his guns. I got to give him credit on that. I thought he was going to finally come into camp. He didn't. Wow. He seriously does not want to be there.
Yeah. But anyway, Ronbo, I'm not agreeing with the whole transform our offense and the players we have in it as of right now.
Yeah.
In football, stats don't always show it all.
Yeah.
You use different players for different reasons and different types of tactics. And Goodwin is
where the game works.
Goodwin is one of two players in the NFL right now. Him and Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
Those are the only two players you can use the way you use them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're off ball. They could be on ball or they could be off ball. And we use Goodwin off ball when we have a quarterback like Nick Mullins.
Mm-hmm.
Why would we? I mean, has Goodwin even played a game with Mullins yet?
This is the first
since last week. Yeah, this is the first week.
He's
right?
played. Is this a second or first? Is this the first game? Yeah, last week. Yeah, this is his second game. Yeah, he's only played 2 games.
If it is the second with Mullins, I think he played with the Raiders, right, against the Raiders.
Right, and then he had the personal problem and took off for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and
2 weeks.
Yeah. So they've got
Ronbo,
nothing built up yet.
You notice when Goodwin played, we won.
Mm-hmm. And Steph
beat the Raiders and we beat the Broncos.
Exactly. Good point, Show. Steph just put the spotlight on it. And did you notice when Goodwin was out how they kept saying 49ers receivers are struggling to get separation? Remember that?
We even seen it, Ron. But remember against Seattle, it was like Mullins could have hit anybody the whole game. Kittle wasn't getting the production that we usually see. Pettis was, he did his thing here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Bourne was catching a couple slants, but nothing really opened up.
Tell you.
I mean, Goodwin's more important than people think.
I know. If he's not getting the ball all the time, people think it's useless. This is when you don't quite understand the mechanics of an offense. If I got the secondary, and I've played secondary, I've seen fast guys. Your eye is on your job, and you're concerned about that dude. Because as soon as you hear your teammate, help, get a little help here, then you know you got to jump. If I get a little help here all game long, who's going to benefit? That team's offense.
Ronbo, and Kittle's catches came from Goodwin's side every time. Did you realize that?
I know it's Goodwin curled under, or Goodwin went straight away,
or goes straight ahead.
Yep,
exactly.
Yep, that's the way it works.
I mean,
that's the way it
Kittle's
works.
out there right in the middle. I mean, it's perfect when we have Goodwin, Ronbo. But because I don't want to be a team. I mean, what the show was saying was kind of sounding like the Gruden. I call it the Gruden. Dump all your players out and look what they do on other teams.
John even went far. He got rid of all his players, and now he got rid of Reggie too. And then he sits there and acts like he's sad about it. You see him on that post interview? I was laughing. I said, "Look at Gruden."
Yeah.
Well, Reggie's always going to be a Raider.
I said, John, don't act like you're hurt. You're glad you're fully in charge now. I bet they made him the GM, and I bet they did. Well, let's see what happens next.
Because after they didn't even express detail about what they were doing, they didn't really say anything about the GM.
Didn't say a word.
Gruden got what he wanted.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, our offense is fine, Rob. I mean, if it's Julio, like you're saying, if it's Julio, bring him along.
Take him. Yeah.
But if it's not anybody else, I don't need him.
Yeah. Draft somebody.
Yeah.
Because the 49ers, you're not going to stop the 49ers from scoring points.
No, Ron, we're gonna be crazy good. We have the best fullback in the league. We have arguably the best tight end in the league. We have the best running back crew in the league, and we have the top 10 quarterback behind there, and we have the best play caller in the league. I mean, Ronbo. We could keep going.
I mean, really, seriously. Look at that lineup, Steph. Give me your front line without going to receivers. Who you got out there standing on the line? I mean, going from left to right, and put the fullback in there and everything. I just like the way it sounds.
Dante Pettis. We could run a pistol with Breida and McKinnon on each side. We got Juice. We got Goodwin. We got Kittle. We got Richie and Trent coming in the slot a couple plays. Speed. And we got Bourne for possession catches. Oh, Ronbo, I forgot about Pierre Garçon. He's out.
Yeah, Garçon's probably
I forgot all about him.
You know what the number one element here is you've got guys that have worked together in Kyle Shanahan's system. What did Matty Ice say that first season when they were suffering and struggling? They hated the system. Why? Because they didn't get it. And in the second year, what do? They go to the Super Bowl.
And Ronbo, you know how John likes the smart guys drafting? I don't mind if you get the intelligent guys on offense. You don't have to get the tough guys from the South, because I think teaching them young and Shanahan's offense is going to only benefit us for the long run. Yeah. So we could keep these guys forever.
I know.
Because they'll know the playbook since they were 22, 23 years old.
And it
so
takes
that's going to really help us.
So how good will they be in 2 years? Unbelievable.
I'm so excited for Pettis, Ronbo. His stride, his get off, it's looking nice. So we have some of the best pieces on the offense. All we need is the best pass rusher in the league, and we're right there in contention.
And we need good health, Steph. God, that's what.
Yeah,
wow.
People. I don't know why people judge us off this season, Ronbo. I don't get it.
That's not the team. That's the best we've got left. Anyway, Steph, tell you what I'm gonna do, man. I'll be looking for you Friday for your prediction of the score, and I think we should all predict
Ronbo.
A loss. Just because I am worried that we're going to lose for the second time this year. I thought we were going to get killed last week, Steph. But we won because of my thinking. I said they're going to get killed. I'm not going to predict it, but I know they're going to get killed. They won! Oh, my God!
It's going to be scary, Ronbo.
See you Friday.
All right. We'll see you, Ronbo. Have a good night.
You too.
Marquise Gooden, baby.
Yeah. Guys, he's so valuable. People don't understand the worth of what he contributes. Yeah. All right, Steph. Have a good night. Hey, Lee.
You too.
Yeah.
Yo, what up, Ronbo?
Yeah, Lee. Man. Well, Lee, pick out anything you want to jump on, man. Because, man, it's too much fun.
I just want to address another fan in the actual room, Ronbo. I just want to keep it 100. I started supporting this team. That's why I say I call myself Tony Montana now, because that's the era and that's the time that I started supporting the 49ers, right?
Who'd you say?
One of the guys in there, he put up a photo of me.
Huh?
It was taken off Facebook like 6 months ago, and we all laughed about it at the time because the photo was back when Mike Singletary was coaching the team, and I'm straight up about it. I had a Raiders cap on, Ronbo, but back then I didn't even watch football. I live in New Zealand. Okay, so games weren't even on TV over here. We've only got ESPN, and it wasn't because when the Niners started winning through the Harbaugh era that they actually televised a lot of the games. Yeah. And that's when I started watching the 49ers, and I got to watch, like, your Vernon Davis, Patrick Willis, who were my two favorite players at the time. Yeah. And so one of the callers, he called in today, and he put up a photo of me, and it was from before then. It was back when Mike Singletary, like I said, was coaching the team. And he keeps going on the chant calling me a Raiders fan. Like, I just want to address it. I'm not a Raiders fan. I'm a passionate 49ers fan, and I'm sort of sick of the back and forth because you see it in the chat, and it's been going back and forth. But the real reason this person's angry at me, Ronbo, it has nothing to do with even that picture. The reason he's angry is because I joined the Nighthawk fan club, and, that was a chat that a lot of us callers, Big Show, Razor, Bash, Sheik, all get on and talk 49er football. And there was always disagreements because we were going back and forth about players. Like some players are more passionate, like Solomon Thomas was one. A lot of people got upset because people would say, in the chat that, he's a bust, and then other fans are passionate and they'd get angry at it. And there was just a lot of back and forth about players and stuff. And so I ended up leaving the group and making my own chat group because people weren't happy that they were getting tagged for their opinions. And I just want to clarify that before football.
Okay, Lee, because here's the thing. I think most of us, especially those in the chat and myself, we know there's this ongoing struggle, and I'm not taking any sides on it, as you probably know. And if you're here as much as you're here, and most of what you're saying is usually 49er oriented, I am not, if it means anything to you, going to accuse you of being anything but a 49er fan. So don't worry about anything beyond your conversations with whomever is having a problem with it. We're not supporting either side. So it's okay. You don't have to justify anything for me, if that's what the point is.
Yeah, no.
So, I wasn't worried about you.
Clarify because it's going on in the chat and people are probably like, hey, well, what are you doing wearing a Raiders cap back in the day? But you're a 49ers fan. I've always been a 49ers. I've never even watched the Raiders. The only time, I even mentioned to this a number of times this year, Ronbo, what was the one game I wanted to win? Do you remember?
The one game you wanted to win? Oh, Raiders against the Raiders?
Week 9.
Yeah.
Once Jimmy went down, that was the only game I cared about,
Yeah.
And, back to football, I heard he's not a caller today, I heard Big Show.
Yeah, I know, I believe
he's getting pretty animated.
I know. You guys really should kiss and make up. I mean, it's been going on. I thought you guys would bury the hatchet by now.
I did. I actually tried to do it today with Sheik and Kenny, and they agreed to it. But then, Kenny went ahead and threw a photo up of me from way back, I think it was 2008. And it was funny because I was a teen at the time, and I just got a fresh fade with some shooting stars across my head. And we all laughed about it because the guy's like, oh, you're a Dallas and a Raiders fan. But we're laughing about it when they first found the picture. And I was like, nah.
Right.
That was before I even started watching football. But it was funny at the time,
All right, Lee, we got to go now. But listen, I hope you guys, come on, man. We're all one family here. And you've already made your claim a long time ago. Guys, can we please let that simmer down and get back to where you were before? All right, Lee, we're going to go, man. All right? And I'll see you Friday, okay?
Shout out to the Night Empire.
Yes. All right. Poor Lee. Now, you know what? I got to believe if he really wants to make his point that strong, Sheik, you guys can give him a break, Kenny. Come on. I mean, really, is it really worth it to continue that fight? All right, let's go. Hey, are we done? All right. Let me you guys, let's see. Okay. But you know what I'm going to do, fam? I'm going to go ahead and check out, because I'm getting a little hungry anyway. But let us remember, we divided, or should I say united we stand, should I say divided we fall, guys. I'm gonna see you Friday. Let's do the scores. Let's talk more 49er football and just enjoy this team because if health is the only thing that can stop the 49ers next year, I just know. Big Show, I'm looking for you Friday, man. We can continue. Man, I got some more for you, too. Please, don't forget to hit the like. I love like. Damn.